You're listening to Band Practice with Matthew and Krebs. Rock out with your cock out.
Hold on one second.
For those, this is an audio form. Krebs is wearing a corset.
What the fuck?
My corset.
Your corset.
We got Alger on here, and Alger is a pretty fashionable guy. I've been through your pictures, and
Have
I wonder.
you looked at me? I am not a fashionable
Not
guy.
now, but I saw like your Facebook profile picture. You and your husband look fashionable. I'm
Okay.
wearing my Sunday best for you.
You know,
okay.
you know why we look fashionable?
Why?
Because of my husband.
Oh, does he classy you up?
Oh yeah, we've been together for almost 7, 8 years.
Oh wow.
It's only been the past 7 or 8 years that I've been somewhat presentable.
Somewhat
At
presentable.
all.
I don't know. It's
the
a
majority of my style is what I'm wearing now, which is a DOT shirt and either khaki shorts or jorts. And the only reason they're clean and not stained is because of him.
That's pretty much how I live my life.
Yeah.
So we have the
all about
Gmlf on, and for those of you who may have misunderstood that acronym, gay and married, libertarian farmer.
Hell yeah.
Who I went to high school with. Wait, were you 03 or 04?
I graduated 04.
Okay, so yeah, I was a senior. You were a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I picked on you and called you gay, and you got upset. I think you owe me an apology.
Fuck you. Is that one of those causation, not correlation things?
Hey, I did that for you. Do you believe that? Because I don't buy that.
I don't buy that for a damn second.
I used to do the same thing to. Do you remember Tyler?
Tyler.
Falk?
Yeah, I know Tyler.
Yeah,
I remember him.
Yeah, he's gay.
Oh, okay.
Well, which we kind of all knew in high school because there was the two kids that we knew were gay, Tyler and Taylor. Do you remember Taylor?
Taylor, I remember Taylor.
Yeah. Tyler and I actually became friends on MySpace. He sent me a random message, and I'm like, I know you're gay, so what's this? He's like, no, man, I just thought you were cool. I just want to talk to you. I'm like, all right, we'll see where this goes. So, yeah, he actually just want to be friends. We've been friends ever.
Is that the Tyler from Starbucks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Charlie's on Starbucks. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know him.
Okay,
Cool guy.
nice.
And I used to walk into Starbucks. This is why that manager hates me. I used to walk in and go, Tyler, if we ever have sex, you can't wear a condom because I want to feel you.
Oh, my God.
He goes, why did you do that? I'm like, because I'm shoving your ass out of the closet, son. I'm doing this for you. But also for me. Mostly for me. 'Cause it's funny.
Mostly for you. It's hilarious, though. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I remember. It's funny because I used to go to church in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not.
I did
We all
too.
did. We all did.
Yeah, I went voluntarily.
I did
I
not.
kind of did
I
for a
did-
little
I
bit.
did not.
I went voluntarily, and so I used to go to youth group and stuff, and I made friends. And one of the guys I used to hang out with, apparently used to be really good friends with Tyler. And then when Tyler came out of the closet or whatever, I guess this guy and his whole family cut him out and shunned him. And I was like,
that sucks.
and I remember we were talking about people we knew together or whatever, and he was telling me, and I was like, man, that's really shitty.
It's super shitty.
That's super shitty. Like that.
And also, how could you not tell? You met Tyler. He's definitely gay. He's not fruity or effeminate, but definitely gay.
Yeah, whatever.
So I gotta ask,
Mm-hmm.
did you have a crush on me in high school?
No.
Why not? I'm fucking adorable.
I'm sorry. I didn't really come into myself. Well, that sounds terrible.
Come into your own.
Edit.
That's still bad. That's
No,
still
we
bad.
don't editing. We don't do editing.
No, we don't. No, we
editing.
don't.
No
So
editing.
anyways.
That's going on. That's going on.
So no, I didn't really discover myself until I was a little bit older. I was a sophomore or junior, and I started kind of
I must have been 9 when I discovered it.
yeah.
His?
No, mine.
Oh, yours.
So anyways, I didn't really realize it until I was 16 or 17 or something like that, and then I didn't really accept myself until 21, 22, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've seen your husband. It's fine that you weren't into me. My ego's okay because apparently you like your meat a little darker.
Listen.
By the way, I've shown that picture of you guys 3 of my friends who were also listening. They're like, he's cute.
I know.
Like across the board, male, female. Like, what a good looking dude. You
Yeah.
traded up, son.
That's what it is. It's not like I'm going for anyone of a darker persuasion or not. It's just he was hella cute when he was on the dating profile, so I called him up.
Well, I'm telling myself that you're into dark meat, but that's just for my own ego.
For the ego? Okay.
Because I want everyone to want to fuck me. It doesn't mean I want to fuck them, but I just,
Fair enough.
yeah.
He's still crying because Kevin Spacey didn't molest him.
I heard.
Yeah.
I heard a couple times.
But he did remember my name.
That's
Yeah.
halfway there.
Yeah, halfway there. So how'd your family take it? You got like, all sisters, right?
I got all sisters. They took it about as well as you can expect. We're in a really good place now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I still remember being like one of the only people like hung around you that didn't talk about wanting to bang your hot sisters. And not because I'm a
Which
good
was appreciated.
and not because I'm a good person. It's because
I probably can't tell my sisters that I'm on this podcast now.
and I didn't do it because I'm a good person. I did it because your sisters are like younger than you, and it would be creepy because I was that much older than you.
Super creepy.
Yeah. So yeah, just no.
Definitely glad that did not happen. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I grew up with the hot sister, so everyone was like, "Oh, dude, your sister's hot. Dude, your sister's hot." I heard it my whole fucking life. Like we'd be playing football in the front yard or baseball or dicking around, whatever, and everyone would stop what they were doing when my sister came home,
And you
like
look
and
at
like-
everyone like, fuck all of you.
yeah, and they would like stare at her as she's walking in the house. I'm like, guys, really? Come on,
I'm sitting right here.
yeah, like assholes, come on.
I'm not a small man, but
See, I didn't have that issue. Not people who, not that people didn't want to bang my sister because you know my sister or knew her.
I think I knew her.
Lindsay,
She was a little older?
1 year older than you.
Okay.
I had like my friends ask all the time, "Hey, can I bang your sister?" I'm like, "You can try." Like, if I even tried to like get in the way of that, she'd be like, "Fuck you." I want to tell him, "Fuck you." Like, she's had no problem shooting them down.
Good luck. Butter's in the fridge.
Yeah. Actually, my sister worked you for 2 free beers, by the way, but you were pretty drunk. You were hitting on her, and she got you for like 2 beers.
I think that was after she smacked me though.
Was it?
Yeah. Remember we went out one night,
Okay.
and I remember telling Krebs, I was like, I'm pretty sure everybody wants to bang your sister. And I told him, I was like, she's either gonna smack me or bang me. And then before the night was over, she definitely smacked me.
Mm-hmm.
Did she?
I think she went to the bathroom to cry for a second, and then came back out. And then I think I bought her beer out of like I felt bad because I was like, oh.
I missed her crying, dude. That happens like once a decade. She's kind of a cold person. Can be a cold person.
No, I think I really upset her. She
Really?
definitely looked teary-eyed.
Oh.
I was pretty proud of myself.
Nice. Good for you. Yeah.
Goal achieved.
Oh, but dear God, can she drink? She drank all of us like under the table that night, and then when I dropped her off, she went out to go continue drinking.
Good
Actually, she
Lord.
took my parents' car.
Nice. Good for
Yeah,
her.
she taught me how to drink, which is weird.
Good.
She gets it from her mama.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well,
That sounds like a deep.
that woman's
Pinky
brain
up
was
step.
stewed in alcohol for years. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Okay.
So, you're a farmer. What do you grow?
We grow sweet corn and snap beans, and we also got a section of where we grow trees for like landscape material. So like if businesses are, for like parking lots or new houses, they call up a company and they come and buy through us, like oaks or whatever, and they come and install it in their new construction.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's we've been down here since about the late 40s, early 50s. My family was originally from the Boston area. We grew blueberries up there. I'm the 4th generation in Homestead, and then I gotta quit doing that. Then 11th in America.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Everyone has this misconception that farmers make a lot of money.
New. We're
New.
Yeah, I've discovered since moving out here, and we have our little grove right there, that it makes no money if you actually take care of it.
no, you
It,
work
like-
with margins.
Yeah,
Very
it's
slim margins.
Slim as fuck, and if you get a shitty winter, you get nothing.
Yeah,
and you wasted all that money that you did make the year before on fertilizer and tools and whatever the fuck
yeah,
else
no
you need.
shit. You got to put a lot of money into it to save it to hopefully, do better than everyone else in the the cold winters.
Yeah.
You put a lot of money into it to save it. Hopefully, someone else doesn't get saved, and then you make more money from it. But normally that hasn't really been happening. So
Yeah, no. I actually read an interesting book called Everything I Want to Do Is Illegal.
okay,
You ever read that book?
I've heard of it, but I haven't read it.
It was about a farmer. I think he's in the Midwest somewhere, but he's a dairy farmer.
Mm-hmm.
And it was basically him bitching that there was so much regulations that it was killing his business.
Mm-hmm.
That he couldn't directly sell off of his farm. He had to go to a market.
Yep.
And then to go to the market, he had to like buy a booth or whatever, or pay to be able to participate in the market to be able to sell his products.
Yep.
And he was like, why the fuck do I need to do all this shit? He's like, everything, I guess as he went along in his career as a farmer, everything he tried to do was illegal, and he got busted for everything. He kept having to turn around, and then he would cut out his profit margin. And it was actually really interesting to read.
You probably had to like, pay fines for every time he stepped out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and it wasn't, and he didn't do it on purpose. He just didn't know that he couldn't do that
And ignorance is no excuse of the law.
unless you're Hillary Clinton.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of those type of regulations are to protect other people, other industries.
Yeah.
That benefit from you not having an easy access from, your farm to the customer. It's normally like grocery stores or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have to have this type of location or that. I mean, that example I'm pulling out of my ass, but like the medallions for the taxi cabs in New York.
Yeah.
That's what they're kind of dealing with right now. That whole where that all started was I think it was the 20s. No, it was the 40s. It was after World War II. People were coming in. I might be full of shit on that one. But sometime a long time ago in New York, a lot of people were out of work, and so they would just start driving taxis, hoping to make some money. And so all the established taxi companies that were out there, they went to the politicians and they said,
and the taxi unions.
And the taxi, well, that's what I'm.
The taxi unions and taxi companies were in on it together, and they legislated. They pushed for legislation to bar market entry, and they legislated themselves into a corner that now they can't even compete. With Uber and Lyft,
because medallions are like what $300,000 for a medallion, and they can't sell. No, I think I heard something on another podcast that a medallion has not exchanged hands for money in like 2 years.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that, crazy.
They're super valuable. But it's so funny because they're getting crushed by Uber and Lyft, and now they're trying to legislate against Uber and Lyft.
I know.
Which is even funnier to me because Ocasio-Cortez, the socialist chick,
Yeah,
I love this. Oh, this makes me so excited to say this.
Her third quarter spending. Something was it like almost like $150,000 between Uber and Lyft. At the same time, she says she stands in solidarity with the taxi unions.
And so did Bernie. And there's like pictures of him like getting into an Uber. Like,
yeah, and it's like your mouth says socialism, but your wallet says free market
capitalism.
Yeah.
I am so hoping she loses because she's talking like she's already won. She won her primary. She hasn't won the actual election.
Yeah.
And it's highly unlikely. It's a blue as fuck area. But I would love it if she would just lose because I have nothing against her, but. She wouldn't debate with Ben Shapiro, and all he wanted to do was just debate her.
Did you hear what she said about global warming?
What?
She said that we have a blueprint already in place to beat global warming.
In her district alone.
No, that the way we're going to beat global warming is if we fight it like the Nazis. We have to mobilize our whole economy and industry and gear everything towards 100% renewable energy, and that's the only way we're going to beat it.
So she's calling for total war.
On carbon.
This sounds like some John McCain shit when he was like, "I know where Bin Laden is." I think you're just trying to sell us on something. So we joined. No, you don't.
Sounds like a bunch of bullshit.
Realistically, I think renewable energies right now accounts for 1.5% of American energy consumption, and I think it's everything else is we call it coal or oil or gas, and then I think nuclear is like 23 or 24%, but nobody wants to go into nuclear anymore.
Oh, because they're scared of it.
Yeah.
And yet France is kicking ass with it.
Yeah, I know. France and Germany.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. They've developed new types of reactors that are much safer. They have much safer ways to handle everything. Nobody wants to do it now.
No. Well, didn't Turkey Point just go through? They just reset and
yeah, they
upgraded everything.
They had a big what they call outage.
Yeah.
And they had a bunch of these French engineers come in because France. Yes, the French ruled the nuclear world because they're awesome at it.
Nice.
So they came in, redesigned both the reactors they got over there, and rebuilt everything.
You used to work there.
Yes, I did.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. They actually got approved for 2 new reactors down there, and they started to build them. And I don't know what happened, but they have stopped construction. So I don't know.
Really?
I don't know if they're going to continue or not. I hope they do, because realistically, that's going to get us off fossil fuels immediately. And it's going to almost eradicate the carbon footprint immediately. Because renewable energies are a far way off.
They are, but
the truth of it.
I think solar's getting a lot better and better every year. But the problem with making solar so widespread is not really the panels themselves, it's the batteries. Like the batteries that you want to hook up into your house to run everything. The panels are kind of cost prohibitive, but the batteries are super cost prohibitive.
Yeah, they are.
And I don't think they last very long. They're not that efficient just yet, but they're apparently getting better and better.
You know what I wanted to do? I learned after Irma came through. Because we're on well and septic out here, so no power means no water. And we didn't have power for almost 35 days, 36 days.
Really?
Yeah, which was really shitty because no water.
You don't have a generator hookup or anything like that?
Well, I went and got a generator and hooked it up, but I was like, I should really be allowed to have a solar panel just for my fucking water pump.
Yeah.
But FPL does not allow it. If you oh yeah.
I thought that was only.
So here, in order to get it, I have to have FPL. I have to get an FPL approved contractor.
Mm-hmm.
So on top of buying the batteries, on top of buying the panels, then I have to get an FPL approved contractor to come out here and do it. There's only 2 of them in the whole fucking state.
Jesus.
Yeah. FPL has a fucking racket, and the reason being is they push this legislation again, barring market entry.
Mm-hmm.
I remember. I remember this.
Yes.
This vote. Yeah.
Yeah, they said it's a safety concern, which I can understand because if you get some fucking schmuck from Hialeah out here to wire your shit,
Yeah.
I can see it could backfeed
Could
voltage.
be problematic. Yeah.
C
Yeah, yeah.
panels. C panels.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, but
Now, what about? So are you zoned agricultural here?
agriculture,
you-
residential, yeah,
And greenbelt exemption and all that fun stuff?
yeah.
And so I imagine you might have some type of corporation under your name that's an agricultural corporation.
I don't have an agricultural corporation. I should
Okay.
get one though now. I should
Write that down.
Write this down.
Write that down.
Teach me.
I would look into.
That's why.
I don't know
That's
this
why. That's why I talked to him.
I don't know this to be true. I'm just pulling this out of my ass, but a lot of times there are a lot of agricultural exemptions for a lot of things. You may find something about a water pump that you can put on your property and have a solar panel on it and not really have to deal with the FPNL bullshit. Now, it'll just be a well out there that maybe you can hook into the house. Who knows what's saying?
Yeah, no, I've thought about doing it. I've really considered just making a little hut in the back
Mm-hmm.
and just running a solar panel on it and just burying the cable to my pump
Mhm.
and then just running it off that and say fuck it.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
But
Well, how would they know? Because I know was it Elon Musk has the company and they got the tiles. So that even looks a bit more like you don't know that's solar panel.
But
Yeah.
those are like those curved Spanish style
the
Yeah.
barrel tiles or whatever.
barrel tiles. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
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 So if you got those, I mean, even just looking at it, you would know that that's like a solar thing.
And even
Oh.
if it was like a battery charged, like just a small pump, just to like for emergency situation where you have just a little bit of water to like wash
Yeah.
yourself, drink something, and you connect the battery to the pump, and you have solar for trickle charge,
Yeah.
just to keep it up. And you just run it every once in a while. I'm sure there's plenty of hookups like that. I don't know why solar isn't more prevalent in Florida, seeing as how we have
Where the sunshine
We have
state.
all the sun.
we have most of the sun. We export sun every year.
We're called the Sunshine State.
Yeah.
So
Actually, I think it's I think France again is running the world on solar power.
Are they?
I think so. I think it's
French.
it's either France or Germany. They built this big basically it's like a tower
mhm.
and it's full of mirrors, right? And at the top there's like one big solar panel type thing.
Okay.
It's like a giant sphere. And so and in the field around it there are mirrors.
So just
Lace.
aims everything.
Oh, damn.
It's the mirrors that are laced with solar panels. So the initial hit of the sun off the panel, I think they get like 60% of it,
Mm-hmm.
and the mirror reflects the other 40% up to this main little absorber or whatever at the top of this tower.
Uh-huh.
And the mirrors and panels actually move automatically with the sun throughout the day, so they maximize the amount of solar energy they catch on this thing.
That's cool as hell.
Yeah,
I'd
genius.
love to see that.
I can't remember who, but there was some Republican politician who tweeted out something like, "No, we can't go full solar because what about if it's a cloudy day?" And some guy and some like physicist or something like tweets back, "Oh wait, I'm gonna blow your fucking mind. We have this thing called batteries."
Yeah, no shit. I think that's the problem. A lot of people think that solar power is only like
On demand.
on demand. It's not like you store that shit for 24 hours and you can just run it throughout the night now.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what we do with fucking fossil fuels. We burn shit and we store it.
Yeah.
I think my favorite, I forget who it was, some senator was like, he was opposing a wind turbine somewhere.
Oh, I think I know. What you're talking
Yeah,
about,
and he said some shit along the lines of wind is a finite energy source,
Oh my god.
and if we exploit the wind too much, then the planet will warm. And you're like, look, I'm reading this and I'm like, no, this can't be real. Really, man?
And,
God damn it.
And gravity is just a conspiracy the Jews are selling to get money to fall out of our pockets.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Earth is flat, man.
Earth is flat. That's what Alex Jones told me.
Free Alex Jones.
Hey.
You wanted to talk about this, yeah.
I'm just telling you, bro. Okay, Alex Jones. I was having this conversation with my dad.
I ate a gay frog. That's why.
Okay.
Is that what happened? Is that oh, you poor bastard.
So, that's what you get for eating frogs. Anyway, Alex Jones, I told my dad, I was like, dude, Alex Jones has been right too many times. And my dad's like, whatever, a broken clock is right twice a day. And I'm like, yeah, but a clock is restrained to a 24-hour schedule. There's only so many places it can be wrong on. You know, like, eventually it's going to be right. Alex Jones is not limited to a 24-hour thing. Like, the shit he spews out, like interdimensional child rapists,
Which
like
is my favorite rant.
He should never fucking be right. He how the fuck is he right at all? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Did you listen to the podcast on Joe Rogan where he and what's the wrestler guy that he's always friends with? Joe.
Gotta narrow it down. There's a lot of them.
Yeah,
I know. Joe, Alex Jones, and this. What's the wrestler that is big on conspiracy theories?
Oh, Brendan Schaub.
Yeah.
No, not him.
No.
The other one. The
Fuck,
other one.
I
they
can
have a
picture
podcast
him.
called the Conspiracy Farm.
Yes, that one.
I can picture him, but I can't
That
remember
guy.
his name. Damn it.
Yeah.
But they got him drunk and high and had him just go off, and he started talking about interdimensional vampire goblins that are child molesters, and they're coming from a whole other dimension to take over everything, and they're coming to steal the light from this world and take it away and take all our children and take over the world. And it was amazing. So.
I love the fact that like Alex Jones claims to only smoke weed like once a year because he wants to test the potency because George Soros is like manipulating it.
I think he said that on that.
No, he said that on there. Yeah, I remember that specifically. Yeah.
I think he smokes way more than once a year because that thought does not come from a sober fucking mind.
No, it doesn't. I think it's more than.
I think you're not giving him enough credit.
That's more than alcohol and weed right there. I think that's the next step up.
I've done
Some
LSD.
PCP and acid.
A little bit.
I've done LSD, and that thought would have never occurred to me.
That's because you're not trying hard enough.
Apparently.
Need
But
to
yeah.
lick another stamp. And
Yeah, so George Soros, man, he's controlling the potency of our marijuana.
Yeah, that's right.
He's also funding Andrew Gullum.
oh, really?
Yeah, something like $32 million or some shit.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
And apparently all the protesters against Trump are paid by George Soros. Like they're not actual people. They're all paid protesters, allegedly.
Who said that? Alex Jones?
I don't remember. Someone on the right. I don't
I'm really-
remember.
100% he said that at least once.
I'm really upset he's not on social media anymore.
Alex
Well, they
Jones?
kicked him
Yeah.
off everything.
I know.
And in like a coordinated attack, like within the same hour, every fucking outlet like came out and like got rid of him. And dude, don't do that. Like you're gonna look like, or you're making
Well,
it look.
the problem is that nobody cares.
I care.
I
Not
care,
about Alex Jones, but about free speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, I care about that, but yeah.
I just want to know where Alex Jones gets his zebra steaks. Actual thing on court record. He's getting divorced from his wife.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point it just came out. Like she's basically like trying to say he's like an unfit father or something because she wants like custody of the kids and stuff and probably more money. And he said something like, "Oh, she's just mad because she's for PETA and she hates that I have zebra steaks." I'm like, "Hold on, back up. Zebra steaks?
Where?
Zebra steaks?
How much? How much does it cost, and where do I get it?
I want one. Just I want to try.
I want to try it. I will try any type of animal.
Yeah.
I'm so down. I really want to get some Kobe,
Ooh, Kobe beef is delicious.
like the legit stuff. I want to go to Japan and get some good stuff.
I want to know more about the process though. Like, are they grass fed? Are they?
You know what they do?
No.
They take a cow,
Okay.
they hang it in the air, like they put it in like belly straps, so the shit never moves, it never touches the ground, and then they force feed it. It gets nice and fat.
That's not good.
I was gonna
Like,
say I
that's
didn't
not
know
good.
about this part.
It's
I don't
not
give a
good
shit. It gets
meat.
nice and fucking fat, and then they kill it and cut it up for me to eat.
But that's not the healthiest.
I don't give a
meat.
shit.
Okay. I mean,
Have you seen
I
that
would
perfect marbling on those steaks?
I mean, I'm still gonna eat it, but I'm
Yo,
gonna
it's-
feel a little bit bad for it.
I'm not. It's absolutely not natural. And I definitely wouldn't make it like a staple thing. But yeah, no, I want to try that shit.
Well, there was
I'll try it.
there was a place in Indiana that I bought a couple pounds of ground beef. But if you get there, you actually go like to the farm and you can pick up the cow, and which I love the idea of that because you can literally it like personalizes it for you. But the only reason I didn't is because I didn't have like a giant fucking freezer that I could like keep that meat in there because one cow like you're good for a year.
Oh yeah.
But I loved it because it makes it more personal. It's like, no, I'm not having beef tonight. I'm having Susan.
My wife's uncle got a pig because he had this idea he was going to slaughter it when it got bigger.
Yeah.
And,
Fell in love with it.
well, he didn't, but I guess his kids did.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So, yeah, it became like the family pet, so they never ate it.
Yeah,
And
that's
I was
what.
like, oh, you pussed out.
You've got to take emotional connection into account. They've got the fucking robots. I think in the army who are the little robots that they like control to like either set off bombs or defuse them. the guys who operate the controls are emotionally connected to this machine because it's saving their lives. So like they don't want to put this machine out there anymore because they've named it. They love this thing. They take care of it. Emotional connection, man.
I kind of get that, and I have a couch that I'm very emotionally connected to.
A couch?
A couch. I've had it for like almost 10 years. It's very comfortable.
It's starting to fray a little bit? Or?
No, not at all. It looks perfectly fine.
Is it leather?
It's, I don't know if you'd call it leather, probably pleather, but I love that couch.
Do you have like a perfect butt groove or like spot that like
I've got
that couch knows you. So.
Oh, it knows me and I know it, and it's wonderful.
What's your husband think about it?
He thinks it's on the way out in the next little bit, and I am fighting it tooth and nail.
I knew it. I could tell there was it was a point of contention.
Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. American Signature Furniture.
Okay.
That's where we got our couch.
Okay.
Fucking phenomenal. Love
Really?
that couch. Because last year I told my wife, I was like, this is it. I need a couch I can take a nap on and lay on comfortably. These couches suck dick. I'm tired of them. I'm throwing them away. I don't give a shit. I'll sit on crates first. and she was like, okay. So we went from store to store to store. It took like I think we looked at couches for like 3 or 4 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and then finally she dragged me out to American Signature, and oh my god, I was ready to drop some serious money on some of these couches I sat on. I
Really?
was like, this is way better than I ever imagined.
Yeah. I had a pretty shitty experience with rooms to go. I'm not like they delivered it on time and all that stuff, but like when I first got this couch, like there was a piece that was broken, it kept breaking, and I kept having to switch out like section. It's a sectional, so they just
Okay.
switched out sectionals. But once
Yeah.
they finally got it right, I was like, this one's staying forever. But I don't envy, furniture shopping for 3 weeks because I fucking hate that. I hate anytime I have to walk into a furniture store, I'm instantly angry and ready to go.
I don't like shopping in general. I
No.
go to the store. I have a
No,
I have a
because we're
goal.
men. We're men.
I have
It's
a
awful.
goal. I go in, I get what I want, I leave.
Yeah.
I'm not going up and down aisles.
Because you're a Marine and you're on a mission.
Yes.
I mean, it's one thing to like cruise back and forth between the beer aisle, but other than that,
Even then, no, I know exactly what I'm getting when I walk down the aisle.
I only linger in comic book stores.
I will
that's-
linger in a comic book store.
That's different though. You're seeing what's there.
Yeah.
You're looking for the gold mine. Like I could do that in like a secondhand store, a thrift store, or like Goodwill. I'll meander around and check out all the aisles because I'm looking for the gold.
Mm-hmm.
There may or may not be gold. Maybe I find some silver. Whatever. But I'll check out all the aisles.
Oh, I may ask you. Like literally, I've got like notes for like each guest. You have the Instagram moniker Nerdy Farmer.
Yes.
What makes you a nerd?
Uh,
I ask this because people just drop this term, and I'm sorry. You're not a nerd unless your intellectual kink has kept you from getting laid. Like that's how much you love it. So, sell me on you being a nerd.
Okay. I have been reading Forgotten Realms books since about 14, 15 years old. So like the Dungeons and Dragons based books, like Drizzt and all that stuff. You play Dungeons and Dragons. You know about
But
Drizzt
has,
Do'Urden?
has that
I'm
stopped you
involved
from,
in-
has that stopped you from getting laid?
It might have. It might have. I played World of Warcraft for a long time. That prevented me.
that's
prevented me from even trying. For
I was
a
gonna say
long
that definitely stopped you from getting laid. Yeah.
Yeah.
That right there.
I got a really good story about a guy I used to work with that lost his whole life over that game.
Go on.
Oh yeah, no, okay, okay. I was in the Marine.
I feel like I
But
proved
you're
myself.
not done yet. We'll
Okay.
put you.
yeah, we're,
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna put that on pause. Okay, so this guy I worked with, he was a sergeant in the Marine Corps.
Mm-hmm.
He'd been in like 8 years.
Okay.
Literally, if he didn't get promoted again by the end of this contract that he was on, he was going to be forced out of the Marine Corps because you
Okay.
have to make rank in so many years, or else they say okay, goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
He was a great Marine, awesome technician. Like knew our job inside and out, and spent every waking moment on a fucking video game.
Hmm.
To the point where he got completely out of shape, could not pass a fitness test, even the bare minimum standard for a fitness test, which in the Marine Corps, the fitness test is the end-all be-all. If you can't pass a fitness test, you are no longer a Marine.
Mhm.
Like, you're out. Goodbye. He gets what they call the promotion warrant, basically the paper coming down saying, hey, you're getting promoted.
Mm-hmm.
Paper came down. Our bosses got it. They looked at him and said, you can't pass a fitness test. You don't get this.
Oh shit.
He had 6 months. 6 months. All he had to do was train for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
You
It
can knock
was-
that out in 1 month. 1 month, you probably get to the bare minimum.
Yeah, 6 months. The bare minimum is not that intense. It's 3 miles in 27 and a half minutes,
I can do that now.
3 pull-ups, and you have
Only 3?
3 pull-ups is the minimum. That's like the bare minimum, just to scrape by.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody does 3.
Okay.
And then you have, I think it was a minute or 2 minutes. I think it's a minute to do 100 crunches.
Ooh, I don't
So
know about
each crunch is worth like 1 point, and then each pull-up I think is worth 5 points, and then I forget how they break the run down. But yeah, he didn't do it. He failed.
Shit.
He had 6 months of training. He failed. All he did was he lost. He got divorced over it. Like moved out of his house. Like, yeah, everything gone over this fucking game.
But how good was he at World of Warcraft? Like, I want to see
top of his guild, top,
I was gonna say,
top,
like,
top
how is-
DPS.
how
like,
is he ranked in gear? Like,
I have no idea.
But
and this story is bullshit if you don't know those type of details.
hey, for all that, I hope he was the best. I hope he was in like tournaments and shit. But yeah.
Ugh.
all right, so
So carry on.
Okay, carrying
Yeah.
on. We've been on break for a little bit, but I am playing Dungeons and Dragons with a group. Let's see. I know it's kind of a trope right now, but I love all the Marvel stuff. I love Star Wars. What else makes me a nerd?
Yeah, but those things are in vogue now. It's cool.
like,
Now
yeah.
it's in vogue. Now it's in vogue.
Like,
I
were you into Marvel at all? Like before the movies came out, or
Marvel, not really. I started really getting into it once the first Iron Man came about.
well,
I like.
we all did.
Yeah, we all did.
And you
Because
should.
Everyone
because it
did.
was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And the second and third ones were good too. I don't care what you say.
I agree. I
Okay,
agree. I thought they.
alright.
I
like,
don't. I
have-
don't.
I have
Fuck you,
yet to
Krebs.
be extremely disappointed by any of the Marvel movies. Like
Thor.
Thor 1 and 2 didn't thrill me.
the
but
first time you watch them,
The first Thor movie I liked.
second
Liked.
one was kind of garbage, but
Second one was kind of
it was
garbage.
so fucking forgettable. It was
was.
just
it was. I do forget.
his
it.
mother died and we don't even remember it. Like,
There was
No.
an Infinity Stone in there.
oh
No one
yeah,
gave a
yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
Yeah, thank God they stopped dyeing his eyebrows to match his hair, because I saw a comparison of like Thor 1
that's
to
right,
Thor
yeah.
now, and it looks completely. He looks a lot better. It actually looks like a human being.
Yeah.
You are gay. You're checking out the eyebrows, man.
I didn't even,
Someone pointed it out to me. I didn't realize I was not the one who discovered
But it's
that.
stuck in your
Thank
mind.
you.
now I'm gonna go look at that because I never noticed that before.
I've actually seen that meme he's talking about.
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I gotta go check that out now.
Yeah. What else? So, I mean, I read all the fantasy books. I mean, fuck, I brought you Dragon's Milk beer today,
Yes, I'm enjoying it. Thank
which I bought because it said dragon on it. Like, that's 100% marketed towards me.
you. That was it.
Yeah, that's the only reason I even tried it.
Matt didn't like it, pussy.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
That's not for everybody.
I'm not big on craft beers.
No?
I had a really bad experience once.
Drank too many of them.
He was
No.
molested by craft beer.
No, I had one craft beer. One. We went to this place. We were in Yuma, Arizona,
Mm-hmm.
and a place called Burgers and Beers.
Okay. There's one down here too.
Well, this is when they were cool and they were only over on the West Coast.
Oh.
So I go over there and they have this whole list of shit, and one of them was called the Skull Crusher, and I was like, oh, I'll take that one.
That sounds badass. Sounds
Yeah, it sounds cool as
like a
shit.
metal band.
Cool as fuck.
The label looked like the Ameth fucking CD label. Like there's a
Uh-huh.
big old fucking Viking with an axe on the cover, and there's like skulls and shit. I'm like, oh, that's okay. And it was actually a really good beer. And I only had one.
Mm-hmm.
That was all I drank that night. I ate my burger, drank my beer. Oh, this is good. Went home, went to sleep. Woke up in the morning with a fucking massive fucking headache. Holy shit! That's why they call it the goddamn Skull Crusher.
Oh. Why? What did they have in it? That
I
made
don't fucking know, but I woke up and my head was pounding.
Jesus.
And this is at a time in my life where I didn't get hangovers.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, what is this? What is
Oh,
this?
that sounds
What is this
terrible.
sorcery? What is this?
Jesus. Were you allergic to something in there, you think?
No, because there was a couple other dudes that had the same thing happen. And we were show up to work in the morning and we're all like looking at each other and we're like, your head hurt? Yeah. That fucking beer. Oh my God.
Nah, that's just a terrible person making that beer. That's what it is.
Yeah.
All the other craft beers I like. Ones that I've tried for the most part.
Yeah. I usually stick to Corona.
Yeah, this is actually the first podcast that we're not doing Corona.
Oh, yeah. Let it be known we're doing mimosas today.
We classied it up for you, son.
I appreciate that. In a Schnebley's wine glass, no
course.
doubt.
Classic,
Gotta
man.
represent the South.
Yeah.
Yeah, when me and my wife first started dating, Schnebley's was all over Groupon.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I think it was like $25, and it was
Oh, I remember that. They would not stop sending me
Oh.
fucking emails.
yeah, so it was $25, get a free tasting,
Mhm.
and then entry and shit was free, and then it was one bottle
Yep.
for free after. So we would go there, do the tasting, get the glasses, get the bottle, buy another bottle, put it on ice, and then drink the first bottle and pound the second one, and then go to the bar.
Can somebody tag Schnebley's or something? Because I feel like we could get them as a sponsor. I would love that.
Oh yeah, no,
Maybe.
Like, hey,
There-
get us drunk.
yo, their lychee wine is the shit.
Oh, I love
Wait,
it.
hold on. Shut up. Lychee wine's a thing.
You didn't. Whoa,
Have
whoa,
you
whoa,
ever been to
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Schnebley's?
Have you
No, I
never
haven't.
been to
No, I
Schnebley's?
haven't.
Oh,
no
dude.
no one's taking me.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Okay,
Y'all got to take a trip at some point.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. I used to live.
That's what I
actually-
keep hearing. Yeah.
Yeah,
no, it's pretty awesome.
It's a lot of. I remember when Schnebley's used to be like a damn trailer. It was just like a mobile home trailer with an office, and they had like their brewing facilities in the back. Now they've got like a gorgeous establishment with like limestone structures. Like they take limestone blocks, raise it up.
And like waterfalls. and
People get
tiki
married
huts.
there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hashtag podcast goals.
Yeah, right. No,
Yeah,
this
no
is
joke.
awesome. And they, I think it was like last year, or the year before, they started doing beer too, which
Yeah, they have I think it's Miami Brewing is what they're calling it.
Yeah.
And they have like a instead of like the wine area in the front, they've got like a beer bar in the back where they've got like cornhole and a bunch of other fun games
I've tried the beer. I wasn't too much of a fan, but I don't know.
I didn't hate it.
No, I didn't hate it either.
Give them some time. Like,
But everyone
get
kept
started.
telling me the mango beer was a shit, but unfortunately, I'm severely allergic to mangoes.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing you say something about
yeah,
that.
so I haven't tried any of the wines that have mango or.
But
the
is
beer.
it the skin that you're allergic to?
We've talked about this. He's not sure because he refuses to even go near one.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to bite the bullet at some point and just like take some skin and then take some meat and like put the skin on one part and put
well,
the meat on
put it this way:
another.
when I cut the grass, I wear long sleeves, otherwise I break out.
Okay,
because
fair enough.
the mangoes get chopped up and I'll start coughing and shit. So I just don't fuck with it.
It could be the sap.
It could
the
be.
sap.
I just don't fuck with it.
We-
God, I'm just not destined to do that. I guess.
Which is sad because I make a really, really good like whole chicken mango glaze that your wife really like. I posted it on Facebook. Actually, I posted it in the context of, yeah, babe, I'm gonna fucking cover you in it. Yeah, you liked it, don't you? Me putting mango glaze on a chicken, and your wife like liked it and was like, oh, I want that, but I can't make it for you guys because
My wife actually makes really good mango bread, apparently.
Uh huh.
And it's
Apparently,
funny because when she does, she'll tell me, "Don't go in the kitchen." I'm like, "All right," and then she'll like disinfect the whole kitchen after she's done with
Uh-huh.
like bleach and shit.
Oh.
fucking hazmat gear.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever find out that it's just the meat, which you also is a lot, what's also really, really delicious, is you take just vanilla ice cream, you chop up some mangoes, and you put some blueberries in there and mix that shit together. Holy tits. Delicious. But yeah, Schnebley's is a...
I keep hearing that. I keep
They
hearing
got,
that.
they got the was it category 3?
The Cat 3,
wine
yeah.
cat 3. That's probably the best one.
It's like a
It's
like,
really
like a
good.
hurricane reference.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's awesome.
Because they have cat 1, cat 2, and cat 3. And
That's cool.
You used to be able to buy them at Publix, but I think they stopped. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
exactly
they quit
why.
doing it a while ago. I'm not sure why either.
But you couldn't get the cat 3 there. You had to go to the winery to get it.
And normally if you go to like a winery or a brewery, something like that, you can buy the beer, the wine for like cheaper at the brewery than you would at the Publix. And for some reason, Schnebley's was always the reverse. Like you could buy Schnebley's for a lot cheaper at Publix than you could at the winery.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I never paid that much attention. I just know like a lot of the individual fruit wines, like the lychee, the avocado, it was always like market priced. So like if the lychees had a bad year that year,
Mm-hmm.
that lychee wine was going to be expensive as fuck.
Well, lychee wine probably is expensive like every other year because the lychee farm or lychee trees they only produce every 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, like I got a pretty decent crop this year for lychees.
Mm-hmm.
The last 2 years I was empty. Well, last year I had like 6 total. And then the year before that, it was like I had a couple clusters. Like, what the fuck is this? And then the year before that, I was meh. I'm hoping next year I get a decent crop again.
If you had a big year last year, you might not have a big year this year.
Yeah.
But I think it has to do.
It has to do with the winter. It has to hit a certain degree,
Mm-hmm.
and it has to last for I think like 2 weeks.
Okay.
And it triggers the tree to go into bloom mode. From what I was reading,
okay.
from what I was reading, lychee trees have 2 modes. There's grow, and then bloom.
Mm-hmm.
So right now they should be in grow mode, which is I got one over here outside this door that's definitely in grow mode.
Okay.
But apparently when the first cold front comes in,
Mm-hmm.
it'll trigger the end of the grow mode
And
Yeah.
start the flowering.
and start to bloom if it stays cold long enough. If not, the tree gets confused and it just says, fuck it.
Abandon.
Yeah, basically. Abort.
Get out of here. Another one of the wines. I don't know if you've ever tried it. They have a coconut wine.
Yes.
I've been told it tastes like feet. I fucking love it.
It sounds counterintuitive. Like
It does.
They have dessert wines there, too, that are stellar.
Oh yeah.
But so does gay married libertarian farmer. Those everybody.
they
I
don't
keep
sound like they mix, but sometimes
I
they
keep
do.
telling people, I'm like, yes, that's all the same person.
I'm complicated.
No, complex. Complicated is like an 8-cent bra, dude. I just want boobs. Why am I working that hard? Complex is like a several layered meal. It's like every level is fun to get to. So yeah, use complex if you don't mind.
Okay, I'll use complex.
So yeah,
I'm complex.
Coconut
Semantics,
feet.
bro. Semantics.
Semantics.
Coconut feet wine.
Coconut feet wine. A lot of people don't like it. I love it. So recommended.
Okay.
You should definitely go at least once or twice and try that. Just go do a tasting. It's like I think
wanna do that.
it was last time I was there. It was like $20 or
I think
something.
it's like $20 or $30.
It's which isn't that expensive because
They do
you get a glass out of it. And these are like all my wine glasses are Schnebley's wine glasses.
Are they?
That's funny. Me too.
Yeah.
My whole little wine rack over there.
I think most people in Homestead, like if you
Yeah.
go in there, like there's some people who actually bought like fancy wine glasses, and then there's the rest of Homestead is like, I got Schnebley's wine glasses. That's
we're
it.
good. Yeah. And there's old school Snebby glasses that just say Homestead, Florida or Miami, Florida on them.
Mm-hmm.
They come with lifetime tasting. So if you have one of those glasses,
Oh,
you can just bring it back and you get a free tasting every time you go.
Did they still honor that?
Yeah.
Oh,
As far as I
gotta go
know, they
check my
do.
collection.
Yeah. But these are the newer ones. These say Schnebley's. It'll just say like Homestead, Florida Brewing or some shit like that.
so you're saying we could probably make decent money with like some like fake old school ones if you can figure out how to do it.
Well, not now that you've let everyone know.
I feel like
I suck at keeping secrets. I'm sorry. I could never pull off a heist. Do you know what I'm doing Sunday? I'm robbing a bank. Shit.
I really feel like we should be hitting up Schnebley's for some money now.
We should.
Some ad time.
Why not?
Yeah, right.
If you go into Schnebley's in the first few weeks, ask them if they heard us talk about them on the podcast.
Yeah. Actually, if you go to Schnebley's, tell them you heard it from us.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we're
They're not-
letting people know.
They're not even know who we are, but tell them you heard it from us. Because that'll just be funny.
That would be funny.
And it costs us nothing to say this.
That's funny.
So has it really been 15 years?
I think so, because I graduated in 2004. You said you graduated in
01.
01. You graduated in 01.
Yeah. Like I don't actually remember you from high school. I remember we all hung out afterwards. Like I remember we all hung out like Don Carter's back in the day.
Okay, yeah. It's been a while since Don Carter's. It's been a
bowling
long
alley.
time.
That's
Yeah.
been closed
Oh,
for like 10
okay,
years.
that's right. Yep,
Yes.
I remember that.
There was
We-
Don Carter's and Donna Carter's.
What? There's a Donna Carter?
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that.
What did it like? They
It
get
was-
divorced and his wife
Yeah.
took half the. Really? I was.
I don't know. I'm making
just-
shit- I don't know.
Shut up. It's like Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. Shut up.
God damn it, Donna.
And when did you add me on Facebook? Like I hadn't like thought of you in a while. And then,
Me neither, yeah.
And then suddenly we were friends again. And
it was-
then
It was either Victor Martinez that I saw, like you had liked or commented or something, or maybe it was through Mr. Levon. Hello, Mr. Levon. I heard you listening today.
yeah. Shout out to Levon.
Good old Levon. So, anyways, yeah, it was either through him or Victor, or maybe Mike Papadopoulos or something like that.
No, I've been blocked from him for about 6 years now.
Oh, really? Okay.
They're no longer friends.
Yeah.
I still talk to Pops.
Okay.
Hi, Pops.
I'm not spoken of at all though.
No.
Okay. Well, we don't have to go into it on here. That's fine.
No, but it's probably gonna happen one day. But it's fine. Yeah, because I get asked about it a lot. But
My
I'm like,
bad.
no. Oh, no, it's totally fine. I have no problem talking about it. But I get asked a lot. I'm like, how much time you got? Not long. I'm not going into it.
Okay.
Suffices to say, Krebs was being Krebs
Mm-hmm.
on Ultra Krebs mode.
Oh, okay.
It's a weird part of my life. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
But yeah, so yeah, I remember suddenly we were friends again, and I think you posted something about gay pride or something. I'm like, is this just like general, gay people, or are you actually gay? So I go to your page. I'm like, holy shit, Alger's gay. That's fucking awesome. Like, I've been waiting to say. I told you outside. Did you know you're gay? Does your husband know? Like,
Yeah, he knows.
No, it was just so cool because like I like okay, so like my family's like ultra conservative. Like like they met my gay friend Danny. They loved him because Danny's like he's not necessarily like effeminate. He's like just really engaging and happy. So half people who meet him don't realize he's gay. But my family met him and afterwards found out he was gay. And then they would ask me, "Oh, how's your friend Danny doing?" Because they loved him.
Yeah.
Is he still gay? I'm like, yeah. Well, that's too bad. I'm like, really? He's getting laid more than I ever could. Like, why are you like? They're like politely bigoted, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think what a lot of times is if a family has a family member who turns out to be gay, it becomes a huge shocking thing. It's like, oh, it's so close, and they can't really step away from it and kind of take a look and think about it for a second. But then if you meet someone who is not your family member who's gay and just hangs out with your straight relative, and you just kind of interact with them and kind of learn that they're just, a normal ass person. then you're like, okay, it's not all that bad. He's just a good person who just happens to be gay. And
it was really funny. I found out after high school, my dad was convinced I was gay for a long time.
Okay.
Because I didn't date anybody till like my senior year. And I didn't really bring a whole lot of girls home.
I didn't either.
Yeah, so...
I didn't either, but
yeah.
I'm not a good argument.
Yeah.
My dad thought I was gay, and I was like, wait, what? He's like, I don't know, man. You didn't bring any girls home, whatever. I was ready to accept you. I was like, what the fuck?
I mean,
One of
that's
your grandfathers
sweet.
was gay, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He got killed because of it.
Oh, shit. I'm
So,
sorry to hear
so
that.
he's a quarter gay.
Well, I mean, it is
Vicariously,
genetic.
yeah. Yeah, no, so apparently the story goes, my grandfather, he was gay. He married my grandmother, who never wanted kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, and it was way back when, so, good Christian family, so they have to be married and you have to have kids.
Mhm.
So I'm pretty sure my grandfather kept her knocked up on a consistent basis, because pretty much as soon as she popped one out, she got pregnant again.
Uh-huh.
And she never wanted kids, but she was part of that good Christian marriage,
Mhm.
so she kept having kids. So my dad was one of 7.
Wow.
Damn,
And-
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And they had one girl, Ellie. She's awesome. And then all my other uncles, and I think there's 5 left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But so they got divorced, which was a huge deal back then. 'cause
Yeah,
that didn't
back in the
happen.
day, yeah.
So he came out of the closet basically and went his way. And for a while he was living. They had a farm,
Mm-hmm.
and he lived on the back property. And apparently he was banging the neighbor,
Mm-hmm.
who was also married with a kid.
That does sound like you, by the way. You sleep around.
So apparently that was what was happening. I have no confirmations on this story. I've only heard this stuff like second and third hand from the family. Nobody really talks
You get a
about
family
it.
member drunk and they finally talk about the
Yeah.
story, one of those things.
So apparently he was hooking up with the neighbor or something along those lines,
Mhm.
or had something going with the neighbor. And the neighbor kid he had actually hired as like an assistant.
Mm-hmm.
He used to have a antique shop in Colley Square. He was all about antiques and selling stuff, and I guess he had some money. And so I guess this kid and his buddy find out about the situation or whatever. So I guess they decide they're gonna rob my grandfather as like revenge or something. And they wait for my grandfather to leave. He leaves, and so they go into the house. They break into the safe, steal whatever, come out, and my grandfather comes home. So they shoot him in the driveway. And then leave him there, and he passed away.
Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Well, I never got to meet the guy, so I don't.
Well, I know, but it still
So,
sucks.
I mean, whatever. The guy's still in jail. I know. I think it was like 2 years after I graduated. My dad and aunts and uncles and stuff all went up to for like a hearing for him for
Parole or something?
or whatever, and which he did not get. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah. Because I guess
fuck him.
Yeah. Well, I guess he's killed like 2 more people in prison too.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
How did he manage to even be on the board for parole if that was the
I
case?
have no idea. I don't know, man. Prisons are overcrowded, and
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe I don't know when he killed those 2 people. That could have been 20 years ago. He's
Mhm.
been in jail longer than I've been alive. So
Hmm.
who knows?
That's terrible.
I think the second kid that was there, I don't think he got life. I don't know if he died or in prison or if he got out or what. But no one ever talks about him, so I don't know.
Okay, so not consequential, but so they went to rob him because he was gay.
That's what I've been led to believe.
Okay, that sucks.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I
Whatever.
mean it's kind of the way the hell down south in the 50s, I'm sure.
I think this would have happened probably in the 70s.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
maybe mid. I think probably around early mid 70s. I think would be the time frame.
Okay. Yeah, they were shitty times back then.
Yeah, there's still shitty times.
I mean, they've gotten a lot better. I mean, I do have to say that given that I'm from a farming community and like everyone fucking knows now, I haven't really run into anybody being homophobic to my face. I've been really lucky with that. No one's ever called me a faggot in anger. Jokingly, yes, because I have good friends and that's what you do.
Yeah,
But no one's ever said like you fucking faggot or anything like that.
give it time.
Oh, I'm sure. I know it's gonna happen.
Oh no, give it time. Like as I get to know you more, I'm sure I'll call you faggot eventually.
Oh,
But
that's
it'll be
cool.
a joke. Like
Yeah. It's all about the intention for me. So you're good. You're good. But yeah, I've been lucky in that sense. But I know I've heard all the horror stories. I mean, before we started recording, I told you about the Matthew Shepard story. And
yeah.
you hear about stuff like that and it makes you concerned, but
it's just a collection of bad people.
Mhm.
It's I don't understand how you can dislike somebody or discredit somebody just based off of either sexual preference or what organs they have or the color of their skin, or it doesn't make sense. They're just people.
it's tribalism. It's the same way that people are with as soon as they find out you're a Republican or a Democrat and they judge you based on that.
Well,
I mean, it's a little bit more intense with being gay because you can't really change it. You can change someone's mind and mindset from Democrat to Republican or whatever political affiliation you got, but
maybe 10 years ago, not now.
not now.
No, not now.
Once you've always been, once you've voted red, it's always on your face.
And you know what okay. And it's funny now because, so like if I put out something on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or whatever about like if I bash Trump, all of a sudden I get all these liberal guys. They're like, yeah, and I'm like, I hate you guys just as much, right?
Like, this was not an invitation.
I'm not Democrat. And then I'll bash the Democrats, and I'll do something about, they'll go on about blue wave or whatever, and I'll start pointing out, like, facts and things. I'm like, no, this, and this. And then all my Republican friends are like, yeah! And I'm like, calm down, Turbo. You
still suck for other reasons.
You're in the same pile, all right? It's one big clump, all right? Relax.
I talked to my dad about libertarianism and stuff. My dad is like very hardcore conservative, like super Trump fan, loves Donald Trump. And I'll talk about like anything that even slightly disagrees or goes off because of like, this is an abuse of power right here. Like, I know Obama did it and it was a bad idea. Well, Trump's kind of doing the same thing right here. And he's like, you're just a Democrat. And I'm like, no, I'm not. He 100% thinks I'm a liberal Democrat compared to anything. If I'm not voting exclusively red, then I'm a Democrat. And it's funny to see. So, yeah.
I was actually really excited because, so during the last presidential election, my dad was going off about Bernie Sanders for a little bit.
Okay.
And he was like, and we would constantly have an economic debate, and he was like, oh, no, you have to give these people things or they're going to riot. And I'm like, I'm going to give them things, but we're not going to give them things directly. We're going to give them the opportunity that everyone else has. We're going to give them the freedom to do these things. We're not going to give them the goods. We're going to give them the opportunity to earn the goods. Mm-hmm. That's what we need to do.
Hand ups, not handouts.
Yeah. And he was all against it, but as we continued to talk, he started reading about Gary Johnson and actually wound up voting for Gary Johnson.
Oh, awesome.
Your dad?
Yeah, my dad.
Yeah, you talked him into it.
Yeah.
And I saw him at, what was it, party you had not long ago where your dad was down, and I was like, oh, so who'd you vote for? He's like, I wasted my vote on Gary Johnson. I'm like, me too. In Indiana, where he did not do well.
Yeah. It was so funny. So my wife's family is half white, half Cuban, right?
Uh-huh.
So the white side of her family is hardcore, ultra-conservative, like Daughters of the Mayflower type shit.
Okay.
Yeah, like white. And
Painfully white.
Painfully white. Like,
almost clear.
Yeah. So it's pretty funny because we were sitting there and she's got this younger cousin, and who after this all happened, I was like, oh man, I love this girl. This is great because I didn't know her very well and she's usually very quiet. I forget what the family got together for something. I forget what was going on, but grandma was there and not abuela, but white grandma.
Uh-huh.
And
Granny.
Peggy.
So something like that. Something white.
Margaret.
Yeah. Maggie. I was close.
She's a wonderful old lady. She was actually, as it turns out, we found out later on that she was friends with my grandmother. And yeah.
Okay.
And I knew her grandmother from when I went to church in high school. Actually, funny story. But anyway, so we're sitting there and they're all talking about the election and this and that. And her cousin's mother is sitting there, grandma, me, Amy, and the cousin were there, and they're talking about it. And I didn't want to say anything because they're going on and on about. I think it was it Mitt Romney? I think it was Mitt Romney.
Okay.
Whatever, one of the Republican guys, and then her aunt looks over and points at her cousin and is like, "Oh yeah, she's wasting her vote over there on not Ron Paul, but Gary Johnson or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, me too." Because she said it to her like all condescending. I said, "Oh yeah, me too."
I I feel like after you said that, like the record stopped, it got quiet, and everybody
Yeah.
looked at you. Like,
Yeah, you may be wondering how I got myself in this situation.
Morgan Freeman comes to like voice.
They all kind of looked at me and then like quietly like looked away and then like carried the conversation. And I looked over to cousin like, good call. I got you. I felt good. It was like I connected with her family a little bit. You know?
There was a bond created that day that lasted forever.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've seen her since then.
Is that
She's
like
cool
is that
chick.
your Southern plantation voice? Like,
No, I was trying to do Morgan Freeman, but apparently not very well.
no, but
No.
but I did like the voice. Like
Well,
I
thank
thought
you.
that was good. God, this corset is itchy.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
are you
he's
still wearing it?
wearing the corset.
You are committed to this. How long are we into this? Like 55 minutes, right? Is that what
55 minutes in, yeah.
You're still wearing that damn thing.
Hashtag feminism.
Hashtag feminism, I guess.
Yeah, I've got a bit that I do on stage where I like derobe and this is what I have, and I tell them that I'm trying to become the poster child for trans bathroom use, because that's the best way for me to meet angry, confused young women.
Oh God,
Because apparently that's my type.
Jesus.
Oh,
Well, not all the time.
What,
apparently.
what about the chick that was like, oh, gay for Pence, gay for Pence?
Oh, that was when I was in when Trump got inaugurated. I was going through Chicago because I was living in Indiana, but it was cheaper and better for me to fly out of Chicago. But I was coming down here actually. I think I was going to Orlando, and there was just like I didn't know that 500,000 women and the boyfriends they dragged were going to be there. And so I'm just trying to get to O'Hare. It's all I'm trying to do. Usually I take the blue line, but I had to take a fucking Uber, and he almost like ran over people just trying to get me on time. Still missed my flight. But while I'm going through these crowds, all I wanted to say was, ladies, do your husbands know you're out here? But I did not want to die by 500,000 angry hands. So this girl walks up and she's holding a sign saying, fuck Pence, fuck Pence, fuck Pence. Now, I was living in Indiana. Now, when I moved there, a lot of my more liberal friends kept giving me shit. You're responsible for Pence. I'm like, no, I'm not. He was there when I got there. That's not on me. It's not on me.
He's grandfathered in.
Yeah, not on me. But this is when I started giving Trump credit, because you have to. He's president. You got to give him some credit. Trump did something that the people of Indiana couldn't do. Got Pence out of Indiana. But she's holding this sign, fuck Pence, fuck Pence. So I stop her. I think I was on a lot of Adderall that day, too.
Surprise, surprise.
Which makes me aggressively opinionated. So this girl comes up, and I said, hey, I'm from Indiana. Pence is our guy. And she's getting, like, hashtag triggered. She's just, like, ready to, like, rail into me. But I talk fast, which often saves me. And I was like, hey, I'm from Indiana. Pence is our guy. You leave Pence alone. He's so fucking cute. I'm so gay for Pence. She went from triggered to yelling and chanting, gay for Pence, gay for Pence, gay for Pence. I'm gonna say this again. I think I've said it once in the podcast before, but I'm gonna say it again. He's so high on like gay conversion therapy. He must have personal experience with it. So I truly believe he's our first VP that has definitely sucked his dick at some point in his life. I believe that.
I don't think he's the first one.
Well,
because we already, like, I was reading some type of, and who knows, cause with all these clickbait articles that
Yeah.
you know, those like quizzes and lists and things like that. I saw something on the other day about like how there might have already been a first gay president that just no one really knew about.
some people, I think
What the fuck was his
they
name?
believe Lincoln was. They were called the Log Cabin Republicans. They believed Lincoln was gay. If
I
you-
thought log cabin Republicans were just gay Republicans.
But I think they like some of their like rallying points was like Lincoln was gay, and I've seen pictures of Mary Todd Lincoln. I kind of buy it because she looks a lot like Pence's wife, and she's got the worst case of man face I've ever fucking seen.
Ooh.
Yeah, like you might actually be slightly into her because she might have a bigger dick than Pence. I'm
No.
just saying.
No.
I know.
No, but they were saying this. It's one of the presidents that you normally forget about.
Coolidge.
Oh, there was like one.
Yeah, exactly.
There was one that wasn't married, and they kind of like.
Yes, and he did that whole, you know how some historians, whenever it's like a gay person, they don't really want to admit or know it's a gay person. They say just had like a really good male friend for the entire life, never married,
Yeah.
and they lived with each other in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this guy was. So I don't remember where I was
No,
going with that, but there it
Not
is.
Monroe. Fuck. I was reading this.
It was
fuck, I
it was after. I think it was during the Reconstruction. Maybe I'm wrong. Now I kind of want to Google it.
That's funny. Funny story. So my wife's stepmom, who has since divorced her father,
Mm-hmm.
her and her sister kept in touch with this woman. I don't know why, because I hear nothing but horror stories about her. So she lives in a trailer with this guy, and every time she comes out, we go hang out with her. This guy's there, and then when we show up, he kind of goes away, like goes to the bar, or he doesn't hang out with us or whatever.
Okay.
And it was fucking weird. And then I guess she just didn't. And all of us knew, like, okay, that's your boyfriend. And she's like, no, he's just a friend. He's just a friend.
Uh-huh.
So one day we go hang out. They're doing something at their house at the trailer. Like, okay, so we go over to the trailer, and there's a living room,
Mm-hmm.
there's a dining room, there's like a little den area, there's a bedroom, and then there's a storage room
Uh-huh.
that has a bed in it. And she's like, oh yeah, this is my room. And there's like boxes everywhere, and there's like shit on top of the bed, like that's been there for
Okay.
years. Like, yeah. And then we're like, okay, yeah, it's your boyfriend. She's like, no. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's your fucking boyfriend.
Yeah,
Shut
quit.
the fuck up.
Quit with the bullshit.
Yeah. But then I guess they were renting, and then like a year later they bought the place together.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, we bought the place together because it's cheaper, and and like just find it, and then fucking it's so funny. I think it was like 6 months ago. Cat's out of the bag. They got married.
Yeah.
What? No, wait, what?
Yeah,
what?
they got married. Like,
Oh shit! Do you remember Kevin Deegan?
Yeah, I remember Kevin Deegan.
Do you know who's getting married? No, he is married. Do you know who?
No.
You know her,
Who?
drama teacher, Miss Young. Yeah,
What?
yeah. My drama teacher when I was in 9th grade. It's like a whole thing.
Apparently it's a thing. Holy shit.
She was like super like.
okay, wait. So teacher married a student.
Okay, yeah, but like way after that. All right, so Kevin was like.
Didn't happen in high school.
No. But she was the drama teacher, and he did like a couple of commercials. He's a good-looking guy. Did you have a crush on him? Because you should have.
I don't want to say that on record.
Well, you should have, because he was a good-looking kid.
We'll
He-
just take that as a yes.
He's one of those guys that didn't really work out, but like had muscles. He's just good-looking, symmetrical kind of guy. Got commercials. We thought he was gonna be something big, and she did too. So she was like so supportive of like his career and all that. Like to the point where he got a bad haircut and he was crying because it might ruin his chances. But he was also wrestling, so we're like pussy. Actually, it was just me calling him pussy. But. So then he moved out to California to like make it big, and she moved out there too. Mind you, she's married with kids. Actually, Daniel Hart, remember him?
Yeah, I remember Daniel.
Yeah, I was hanging out with him in January in Chicago with Monkey, our first podcast guest, by the way.
Okay.
And he was like, he's like, yeah, they got married. But it's probably been going on longer than that. Why? He shows me a picture of like all the kids she has, and they all look pretty similar. But
Except for one.
But the most recent daughter, he's like, what do you see? I'm like, I see
One of these things is not like the other.
I see Kevin. Oh,
that's
but
terrible.
Like,
Scandalous.
But so he moves out to California, like make it big, and then suddenly her family moves out there too, and he's staying with him because it's cheaper for him. It's easier for him. He apparently abandoned that and then like went to like theology school. Like he's becoming a pastor,
Oh, okay.
and now they're
Oh, wow.
married, and now we're supposed to pretend like this hasn't been going on forever. Like
Jesus, that's crazy.
Wow.
I remember seeing. Now that I'm thinking, I remember seeing one of his first commercials, and
was it the Nike one?
it was the one where he put a mattress on the side of a
Yes,
tree.
and he's banging
he's
against
just
it.
like tackling this tree, and
That bitch never even played football.
no, he did. No,
I don't think he did.
I
He
thought he
definitely
did.
wrestled, but I don't think.
I know
think
he was a wrestler, but I thought he played football too. I don't.
Oh.
I only played 1 year, and I know he wasn't on the team with me. I don't.
You
think.
played when?
My senior year.
Fuck you guys. Okay, I played for like part of one season, and when I
You
was
were
in
the
high
kicker, right?
no,
No.
He's not wiry enough.
What's that?
Wiry.
He's not wiry enough.
No way.
No. I was like backup, like wideout, safety, tight. Like I actually never got on the field
Really?
because we had a couple guys who were just better, and I was like, fuck this, I'm out. And then
Sounds
they all,
like the story of my football career too.
and I didn't want to get injured because like wrestling was like more my thing, and I actually got pressured into it. We had, oh yeah, you were not in high school yet. I was let me think. I think it was 10th grade. We had a chapel because our school just sucked. We like when I was in high school, we won maybe like 3 or 4 games. My entire like high school career, we sucked. I wanted to be excited during pep rallies. You're not giving me anything to be excited about. So they kind of like pressured me into it because I was pretty good at wrestling. So they thought that would translate well. I weighed under 130 pounds. Like, no. Like, I'm good at this one sport because I know how to work it.
Yeah.
And it's based on weight. I remember getting fucking, like, we were doing tackling drills. And I just ran. He's like, just hold the ball and run forward. Okay. Hold ball, run forward. Got nailed by a guy who, like, used to, like, play for Belen, but, like, transfer over to our school. I'm like, this hurts. I don't want to keep doing this.
Yeah.
But the moment I graduated, suddenly you guys are winning district titles. And you're going to playoffs. I'm like, what the fuck? You waited until after I got out of high school? What the fuck?
The year I played, we went all the way to, who do we play again? I think it was Ransom. I think we played against Ransom, and they were like the top tier team. We were just about to go to like state.
Was
or
this
whatever.
with Sal? Do you know Sal?
Sal?
Alex Calabria?
Yes. You have to show me a picture.
I will, but he's also, like, I think, a Navy Cross winner, by the way.
Oh, that's
really?
awesome.
Yeah. And he was a Marine medic. Marines don't have their own medics.
No, they don't.
They get them from the Navy. But it's more badass when you're a Marine medic because you go through all the Navy training, then you go through like Marine boot camp. So
Yeah, we call them double dolphins.
yeah. I if I can find it, I'll send you like his like commencement thing where he's given this medal. But
Yeah, there's actually they actually go through all the Navy stuff. They do that, and then they come over and they do Marine Corps training, and they actually get authorized to wear Marine Corps uniforms.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
they'll wear the Charlies and the dress blues and all that stuff, and it'll say U.S. Navy on it.
It's not like N/M or something.
No, it'll say U.S. Navy, and then but when they wear those uniforms, they have to hold to the same standards as the Marines do.
Okay.
Which is part of the training
I
stuff.
get
Most
that,
of those guys are the few that I had the pleasure of meeting were all pretty badass. Like
Sal was badass. Like it was. I'm sure you know. I'm sure you know.
I'm sure I do.
I'm sure
too,
you know
but
my
it's just
picture.
been so damn long.
Like it was funny because like all these people are like singing and praises, and I'm like, yeah, he did a badass thing. But like if you know him, that's exactly what he would fucking do. Like I wasn't surprised. Like, he was a badass motherfucker. Like I think he like took down like a couple like terrorists or insurgents that were like marching on their position, and he was a medic, so it wasn't his job. But he's like, no, I'm doing this shit. Like
nice.
I fucking love to get him on the podcast.
When you're in the field and bullets are flying down range, it's everyone's job.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well, but he wasn't the first to expect to do it, and so he like marched in and like, no, I got this shit. Like
good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, you guys got good after I graduated. Fuck you guys.
Now, to be fair, everyone else got really good. I only went on the field a couple times just because I was a senior, but I was just kind of the fat boy who was.
What'd you play?
I was
Football.
nose guard. I played.
Shut up. You don't even like sports. Shut up.
I played the football.
The foosball.
The foosball.
Devil's Game.
I love that fucking movie.
I think it was the anniversary of like something like.
Because didn't some Louisiana football team just play as the Mud Dogs? They had the
Yes,
uniforms.
yes, and they had like a patch. It was like remembering the Bourbon Bowl or something.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
it was great.
Nice.
I need to watch that movie. It's been a long damn time.
All right, so what position did you play?
Nose guard.
That was good. Oh, damn, that's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I was
okay.
not good. I got laid on top of a lot. So
But
yeah.
didn't you like that?
Not in that scenario.
Not in that context.
Not in that context.
I
no,
do like
sir.
sports. I like basketball. The Heat.
You liked it when they got good. You didn't give
Look,
a shit
I'm just
before.
saying- I'm just saying the Heat just started.
Yeah, I know.
Season just started.
Basketball's a dumb sport, though.
What?
Basketball is a dumb sport.
Louder.
Why?
Basketball is a stupid sport.
Wade didn't hear you.
Because it is boring. Like I'm
How the fuck is it boring?
it's boring as shit.
Football and baseball are fucking boring. There's 30 minutes of commercials for 5 minutes of play.
Okay, you got a fair point there, but still, basketball is boring.
No, it's not. It's awesome.
Yes, it is. It's grown men trying to throw things into a hoop.
Versus
I
grown
under-
men trying to carry a ball across a line?
It
The
may be
fuck?
because I'm terrible at playing basketball, and so I refuse to watch it. I do think it's boring.
I'm absolutely terrible at basketball.
Oh, yeah. It's,
I wish I had skill and talent of any kind.
oh, me too.
I'm terrible at it.
I also have no desire to work on that, so.
Yeah, I'm not going to work on it either. I'm old. I'm not,
But isn't charging for the whole like what you do?
We don't throw balls long distances.
I think you.
There's no way. There's
I think
no
you.
way I
I
can
think you
keep
smash balls
talking.
near a hole.
I think you're
Oh
doing it
my
wrong.
God.
You've listened to our podcast. You know what you're in for, son.
And every time I say the word balls, I'm just setting myself up for failure. So
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
hashtag balls. There you go.
Hashtag feminism.
Oh, God.
But yeah, man, the Heat, they're doing all right.
Okay.
The Heat are doing good, though. Fuck you.
Yeah, but you didn't care till like what 3 years ago?
No, I've always cared about the
No,
Heat.
you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you did not.
I just wasn't invested.
Thus didn't care. That's what I'm talking about.
Whatever.
I'm still bored by basketball. It's a game I've never understood. Like, I understand the concept and the rules and everything like that, but I've just, anytime I've ever, maybe it's because every time
It's
I've
right
tried
up your alley, though. You put the ball in the hole.
I know, but I keep telling you, I am not good at that.
Wait, does the ball go in the hole? Is that how gay works? Because I've seen gay porn. I've never seen that.
This
I
is the
think so.
product. This is the product of Westminster Christian sex education right here.
Which my mother
I was
taught,
gonna
by
say,
the way.
his
I
mother
know.
taught it.
I know.
Did my mother come in during her
I
health?
don't think so. I don't remember. I don't
think
remember
that
your mom.
I don't think she did because she got pregnant and had my baby sister when I was in 10th grade. So I think she might have been sort of like slowly bowing out.
Okay, that might have been the case.
But it fucking sucked to have your mother teach sex ed because
I'm sure of it.
because she wasn't the sex ed. She wasn't a health teacher, but health. But I assume you had it too. Health. They had like 1 week where they had sex ed. Mm-hmm. And so my mother would like come in then, and like do the thing where she would put like this little eyedropper of this like fluid, and then she would like have all these like empty plastic glasses full of water, and then they'd have everyone like trade fluid, and then she put this other little dropper that would like identify the original dropper put in, and she'd be like, "You all have STDs now."
No, I didn't. I was not a part of that learning experience.
Oh, you missed that. But, and then she would do something that to this day fucking haunts me. She would open it up for questions. So here I am, like fucking 9th grade, and she's like, "Oh, does someone have it? Does anyone have any questions?" And this one fun kid, I'll never forget him. His name's Nelson. He was a senior when I was a freshman. I don't know why it took him that long to take health, because if you remember, like you kind of wanted to knock that out early.
I kind of remember being taught like sex education in middle school. I want to say.
Then my mother might have taught you then. Well, yeah, we did get it then too.
Yeah.
But so this kid Nelson, he's the kind of kid like we all knew that he was gonna be gay, but he didn't know yet. So he's like raising his hand. Are sex toys okay? Is anal sex okay? And I'm like, dude, will you shut the fuck up? I'm gonna have to hear about this at dinner. Please stop talking.
I got at Southridge. I remember our sex. It was like a week-long thing in health class, and that was like the week everyone watched movies and hung out and did nothing. And we got a 5-minute speech about we can't stop you from having sex. If you're gonna have sex, use condoms. STDs are bad. Not all of them are curable.
Well, at least they kind of addressed the whole "we can't stop you from having sex" thing, because
That was legit. They were like, use condoms. Like, and it was funny too because Southridge had the highest rate of HIV.
I heard you say that in one of the previous podcasts. Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, it was a fairly rampant thing.
That's awful.
It was called the AIDS.
The AIDS.
The AIDS.
Got it. We got the AIDS.
Yep.
adorable little southern twang you got there when you said that.
Well, you gotta. I like doing the gay Southern man voice every once in a while because we've all met that.
Oh no!
Oh no! Hi everybody, how y'all doing today? Because I've met people like that.
Have you?
Oh
Really?
my god! And people who are like not out, they're like, "This is my wife. How you doing? This is Cher."
Wife?
No,
Quotation marks.
but it's not wife. It's wife.
Oh, like 3 H's in there somewhere.
3 H's and like an A somewhere. I'm not entirely sure. But this is my wife.
I love Southern people.
They're fun.
Oh God, like badangadangs are the best.
What?
Badangadangs.
What's that?
Badangadang?
Dang, dang down, dang.
So you mean like sentences that could probably be completed with like a banjo?
Yeah,
Okay.
And when they don't close their lips while they talk.
yeah. So,
Hey man, how y'all doing today?
so I used to live in Georgia,
Uh-huh.
We're at
in Augusta,
Augusta. Okay.
Yeah, if you heard the podcast, it's where he burnt down the.
gazebo. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So
Okay.
this dude that worked with my mother, I will never fucking forget this. I was little and like it blew my mind. I was like, wait, what? He comes in and introduces himself, talks, said hi, whatever, and like as he introduces himself, he says, I forget his name, like, hey, I'm Larry, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This is my wife or whatever. We've been married X amount of years, and I only ever hit her once.
Wow.
Whoa.
And I was like,
Wow.
whoa.
Hold on.
First of all, why are you putting that in any conversation
Yeah.
ever?
Wait. But he was seriously proud of this fact
That it hit her only once.
that it only happened once.
Well, he just had a conversation with his buddy Jimmy. He's like, I beat the shit out of her like 2 times a day. What's your problem?
Well, I'm not as
I've
bad
only
as
hit her
Jimmy.
once.
I'm not as bad as Jimmy then.
And I'm like, and even as a little kid hearing this, I'm like, that sounds wrong. Okay.
I
I don't get it.
Congrats.
Is that a good thing? I don't like. And I just remember seeing my mother's face, and she was like, semi mortified. Like, okay, she doesn't understand either. Okay, this is a good thing. All right, okay, I'm not alone.
and your mother's nuts, so that's So she was showing some rare, I don't know, pragmatism.
Clarity.
Yeah, clarity. Yeah.
Well, no, hashtag feminism.
Hashtag
Also,
feminism. Yeah.
I love we all grumble afterwards.
Obligatory.
Rabble, rabble, rabble.
Fucking bedangadangs.
But dang it, dang.
So is your husband effeminate?
No, he's not.
Because you didn't seem like the type who would like that. You seem like you want, a man. Another man.
He's a man. Well, every gay man is a man.
I know, but I'm doing like so my gay friend Danny, when I first met him, I was pretty sure he was gay, but I asked him, like, what are you into? He was like, well, I love muscle cars, classic rock, can't fucking stand Lady Gaga. He's like, I want a fucking man. Why would I fuck somebody who's acting?
Now, to be fair,
Good.
Lady Gaga's awesome.
Actually, I like her more than he does.
I believe that because
I would go see her once.
I love Metallica, Amon Amarth, Ghost, Tenacious D, and Lady Gaga. I don't own like a bunch of her albums, but she's awesome.
What are your feelings on Justin Timberlake?
You know he brought sexy back, right?
He did. He did very, very, very
It's a
much.
ballsy thing to do.
He
A
also
few
said
times.
he also said bye bye bye.
He did. I was never into I was never into NSYNC or anything like that when I was a kid, but his solo albums, like the Crimea River and I don't remember the names of them, but they were pretty good. I enjoy him as
Justified was the first one.
Justified.
Of course it
Okay,
was.
wow.
Yes, I
Okay,
know.
wow.
I know. I own all three.
Wow. Listen, I don't blame you. He's good.
No, his albums are awesome. I love his solo stuff.
He is really good
That white
musician.
boy can dance.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, fuck.
You know what was really impressive was it was either, I think it was one of the MTV award shows where he
Nice.
did
Thank
like
you.
the mid show
D
show.
level?
D plus.
Yeah. He did like the mid show and it was him dancing around and singing all this. He did like a medley of all his songs
Mhm.
and it was like 15 fucking minutes long and he was dancing around and nailing every note.
I
And
think
then
I remember
and then at the end of it was like the NSYNC guys all popped up and they were all fat except for him.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they all popped up and you could tell they were like trying to be fashionable and stuff, but they were all fat guys wearing skinny jeans. Like, aww.
10-pound sausage in a 5-pound sleeve.
Yeah, like, guys, no, you should have wore regular jeans. Be the old
Baggy,
man.
just baggy or
Be-
a suit. Wear a suit, damn
Yeah,
it.
be the old man. It's okay. You're old now.
So I was super excited when I found out you were gay.
Why?
Because so I grew up in a very like ultra conservative / evangelical family. Like I have people in my family who are like Orrin Hatch's age and like Mitch McConnell's age, and they honestly believed that people who are gay are afflicted by the same demon. It's why all gay people are the same. It's what I grew up around. I didn't like share their disgust of like gay people. Hell, when I was 12, I thought I was gay. I didn't know what gay meant. It was just weird. Like everybody called people gay. I'm like, oh, I think I'm gay because I'm weird. And then I found out what it was, and I'm like, oh wait, okay, so that's not me. But I don't have a problem with it.
Hold on.
But-
not gay.
Yeah, but I don't have a problem with it. Why do you guys have like a problem with it? Like my grandfather, super nice guy. Rest in peace. He was a army doctor. He actually developed one of the first cheapest AIDS detection methods that he like gave to an African country.
Really?
Yeah, but he spent a lot of time in AIDS wards, and so he immediately just blamed gay people. Like he would never hurt them or do anything, but he felt like the world
They were the cause of it.
the world would be better if they were all dead. But he was
Wow.
super polite. And like once,
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. If y'all could just die,
that'd
the
be
A-
awesome.
The AIDS would go away.
Yeah.
That would be so much better.
That
And-
would just be super.
That would just be wonderful and super.
And once every couple of years, he would pull me aside, and he's like, "Bobby, by the way, yeah, that's my first name. I don't go by that. Fuck you if you call me that."
God damn it, Bobby.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like, Bobby, and yeah, he did sound just like Hank. Yeah, he did.
How did he feel about propane and propane accessories?
We never got there. We never
These are
got
hard questions.
there. He died before we got to that point of a conversation.
Ouija board.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah, we should.
When we have video.
We have a video. We get a Ouija board.
All right,
should do
I'm
that.
down. I'm into it.
We can talk to your gay grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you
see,
doing?
see if he's around.
So
He'd probably be disappointed in me.
I don't know. You was hot, man. I don't know. Well, yeah, but he's gay. I don't know.
He's gay. He might not think my wife's hot.
But he couldn't be too upset. He was married to a woman, just like you are.
Well, every gay is judgy. They can judge.
Says the judgy gay.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Could you be
Wouldn't have
more?
been my first choice, but I'm kidding.
I think that's the gayest thing you've said all day.
Yeah, probably.
And he was forcing it too. So like I think after I hit 16, once every couple of years, my grandfather would like pull me aside, Bobby, find yourself a nice woman, and not a man, or else I will take a shotgun between your legs and end that little problem. First of all, little, you haven't seen it, son.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I got this quite regularly. By the way, I was the only grandson that got that. By the way, I asked my cousins. they didn't get it. They're like, why'd you get it? Apparently,
What, a shotgun? What are you talking about?
apparently my entire family was like, well, he's the most probable to be gay. Like, what the fuck? And then, and then I was 22, and apparently and I was 22, and my mother told me that when I was 12 or 13, a modeling agent, I guess, had seen me and talked to my mother and was like trying to like get me like a modeling contract for the kids. But I didn't hear about this until I was 22. So my mother's telling me about this. I'm like, why didn't you do it, man? I like free money. I can stand there while someone takes pictures. Why didn't you do it? She goes, well, I didn't want you to be seduced by the gay lifestyle.
Wow.
And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You can't get me to clean my room. Do you think I'm going to suck a dick I don't want to suck? Seriously? Do you know me at fucking all?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, and I'll never forget this. So I would stay I would stay in the summers when I was still in high school with my grandfather because he was getting older, and he was kind of he had on Big Red's podcast we were talking about old man strength.
Yeah.
He had it in spades. So he was
Old
always
man strength is real.
yeah
Yes, it is.
yeah.
That's a real thing.
That man could take down a
100%
tree in 3 fucking swings. Like, but you see me and you think frail. But like as he was getting older, he like refused to accept it. So I would like stay with him over the summers to like help him. I mean, I'm doing half of it, but help him. But like towards the end of his life, he was getting super into like conspiracy theories. So I started like going through like all his books, and I found one called The Gay Agenda, and I read that shit. I'll be honest though, I only read it because on the cover it had 2 women making out, and I jerked off to it. I also stole it.
How did he get a copy?
You can, if you want to know how hot that cover was, fucking look at it on Amazon. That's a hot cover. Unintentional hot cover, apparently. But I remember reading this going,
Well, that's probably to grab the attention of straight men. Be like, oh, look at this, the gay agenda. And they're like, what are you talking about? Ooh.
I like
you
that.
won. You got me.
I
You
like
got
that
me.
agenda.
Yeah.
Move on.
So I'm going through this book, and at 16, I'm like, bullshit. So, like, there's one story in there. It was talking about this guy was dating this girl, and then in college, and then she was seduced, quote unquote, by the lesbian lifestyle. And then he didn't see her again for 10 years. And then he saw her again, and he said, and I quote, he had seen her lifestyle and the toll it had taken on her. She looked 20 years older than she really was, and he just felt so bad for her because she was gay. And I'm like, dude, you have no fucking idea what she went through. Like, she could have been raped. Her dad could have died. You have no idea. You're just attributing the one thing you know, that she's gay, and that's why her life sucks. You
Or
have
just shitty genetics. Some people age
and could be,
quicker.
yeah, you have no idea why she's not doing well.
Or she could have been addicted to crack. Crack will age you real quick.
Yeah, it
So
will.
I hear.
Yeah.
Then before and after pictures of meth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There was a time we used to go up to around Bainbridge and Thomasville area in Georgia. And right there on, I think it's 84, they had a shit ton of billboards of like before and after pictures of meth. Because apparently meth was a humongous problem with them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Especially in southwest Georgia, yeah.
It's a huge problem in Indiana. The county that Elkhart County that I lived in for 4 years. When I moved there, I heard it was the meth capital of Indiana.
Really?
Yeah, so much so that they had busted so many like meth dealers that the federal government came in and like gave them free Dodge Chargers.
What?
Yeah, but I was kind of disappointed because I was there for 4 years. I never saw meth once, but it had been so like built up. I'm like, dude, I want to see it. It's like going to New York and not getting screamed at by like a crazy homeless guy. Like,
Well, did you hang out in trailer parks?
no,
Well, you're doing it wrong.
Well, how do I do it? How do I find meth? I don't want it. I just want to see
Obviously,
it.
step one is hang out in trailer parks.
Yeah, I think that's like
But I don't-
day one, step one.
I don't understand the appeal of meth. Like, I can see if you're already addicted to it. Like, yeah, you want to get some more because you're your heart, mind, and soul is in fucking meth. But what's like, fuck it, I'm gonna fucking smoke some meth. I got nothing going on today.
Yeah.
Or the next 6
I've
years.
never understood the appeal.
I don't get it.
I've done it.
Like,
Wait, what?
I've done it.
You done meth?
Yeah.
Trev's done a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Really?
I had a
well, now I'm genuinely. How was it?
okay. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Scott Brazier. But when Scott died, a really close friend of mine died tragically. Rob killed him. Yeah, I shouldn't say that.
Rob
Anyway,
did kill him.
Yeah, Rob killed him. Rob's still out. Hashtag manslaughter. Yeah. So when he died, he was. It's the first time I've ever dealt with death in a way where somebody was younger than me, and a better person than me, but just as smart as me. Like, I mean,
It wasn't like a grandfather. It wasn't a grandparent. It wasn't an older
Yeah.
relative. Someone
I was
who was
not-
actually close to you.
I was not prepared for this at all.
And it was tragic and sudden.
Yeah, so he died, and I went, why am I not doing things? Why am I not? I mean, I'm doing this podcast. We're doing this podcast because I'm like, fuck it. Let me do the things I want to do. And drugs kind of like fell into that. I'm like, well, people do them for a reason, and they give you information about yourself. And I'd like to learn about me, so I started trying like everything. Meth just happened to be like something that like someone had, and it's not what you think it is. Like meth mouth is not a thing. It's people who take meth and also don't take care of their teeth. Like it's not really.
Okay.
And it's literally I did a shitload of Adderall. It's literally the same shit. It feels exactly the same.
I've heard of that. I've heard that Adderall and meth were like kind of hand in hand.
And they've done studies where they gave people meth and Adderall, and actual meth addicts couldn't tell the difference. But they'd also tell them, hey, we'll give you meth, or we'll give you $5 and we'll let you hang out with your friends. More often than not, they actually take the $5 and go hang out with their friends, because it's not. Like, if meth's gonna kill you, something was gonna kill you. Like, it's not what people think it is. But it's like, it's not my favorite thing to do. But I've done it. It's not that big of a deal.
See, I'm terrified to do anything.
Yeah.
I know.
I actually would keep you away from uppers because you're kind of an up guy anyway on your own. So like, you don't need that. I would push you towards psychedelics.
I know I have an addictive personality,
Yeah.
and so like I've never done cocaine or
Me
anything.
neither.
Like that shit scares the fuck out of me because I know I just hearing stories about it. I feel like I would really like it too much. And so I'm like, you know what? I don't need that. I'm good.
Like
I feel the same way.
people do meth and take coke to be like you, so you don't need it.
I'm good.
Because you're you're up in the morning, you're optimistic, you are very headstrong and very goal oriented. People do drugs to get like that, so you're already good. You don't need it. You're fine, man. So, like,
Is that why everyone who does coke goes, we should open a bar?
yeah. So yeah, I would only push you towards like psychedelics because that's not an addictive thing. That's a thing where you go, oh my god, it's over. I need to reflect on that. That's not a thing you rush to go buy more of.
Yeah. I'd be down to do mushrooms one day. Eventually.
How about you, Alger? What have you done? Anything? Or are we gonna politely decline that?
I'm gonna decline that answer. We'll talk later. But
Okay.
I mean,
But you are a libertarian, so do you have a problem with it?
I don't have a problem with it at all.
I don't-
I think as long as if you're voluntarily taking it
Yeah.
and you're not harming anyone while you are on it, then do what you want to do. It's your body, your choice.
Hashtag end the drug war.
Yeah.
And the drug war.
'Cause
I got a
drugs
question- I got a question
won.
for you.
Yeah.
So you said you kind of decided, well, you kind of figured out around 16, 17 you were gay.
Mm-hmm.
When did you discover you were a libertarian?
Oh, that was
Equally as personal.
I don't know. I have to dig deep on that one. No, I mean,
Was it Ron Paul that seduced you? Because he got
it
made.
was.
He got
It
made.
was. It was
Yeah.
Ron Paul. Like I've always been from like
Ron Paul is a gateway drug.
he is a gateway drug.
I stopped watching porn and I would just watch Ron Paul speak.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
I'd have stuck with the porn. It's a little bit more entertaining. Like Ron Paul has many great points, but porn is a lot more fun.
You watch different porn though.
You are not watching the right Ron Paul.
I don't know how to take that statement, but okay. So anyways, yeah, it was around the first Obama election. I started listening to some of Ron Paul, and he made a lot of really good points. I've always been kind of a conservative person, with exception to like weed and being gay and things like that. I've always been kind of conservative, and then I started reading a little bit more and more about libertarianism, and they were like, "Hey, this is we're the party of choice and freedom and liberty." And so I kind of just took it from there. I've been listening to.
So question: What were you? Did you usually or did you normally vote conservative or liberal before?
I normally voted conservative.
So you voted like Mitt Romney?
No.
No, no.
I could not do it. That's the only time. I'm hesitant to say this. I voted for Obama only in that election.
I did in 08.
I'm not. I can't even. Okay, I am so embarrassed to say this now because I was so wrong. Especially now. Since
I
I've learned
remember
more.
you being so excited about him.
I was super excited about Obama, and I definitely voted for him in his first presidential election. I was all fucking about it. But I also didn't understand a lot of things that I understand now.
Same.
Yeah, and the turning point for me was after the housing collapse and the market went down, and nobody paid the price for it. They didn't go after anybody.
Like one guy worked on Wall Street, went to jail. One guy.
Like Congress made a resolution to change the laws, and they all signed it, and they still haven't changed the laws.
And then they bailed him out.
And then they bailed him out. And I'm sitting here going like, what are we doing? This makes
exactly.
like this makes no sense. Somebody had to consciously decide to do these things that were going to cause a collapse, like, and break these laws. And I know there was regulation against it. How did this all come about? And I started reading more about it, and then I discovered what too big to fail was, and then I learned about how income tax is spent and how it all derives, and and then I started reading I read Ron Paul Manifesto. Oh man. And then I went back and I started reading Henry Hazlitt. Have you read Henry
I haven't heard of Henry Hazlitt, no.
Henry Hazlitt. He's got two really good books. One's called Economics in One Lesson. Amazing. And then the other one is Thinking as a Science, which is not really a political-based book, but it's more about how society doesn't consider things. They just form opinions and then defend that opinion versus actually critically thinking about something.
Okay.
And that book is really awesome.
I still have yet. I'm embarrassed to say this. I haven't read the Ron Paul Manifesto.
I read it at the same time I was reading the Economics in One Lesson, and like
it built on each other.
Yeah, those times in your life where things just come together fortuitously. Like you're like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
It was one of those times because the things that Ron Paul failed to explain or didn't explain that I understood
were filled in
by that book,
nice.
And they went hand in hand, and it was like. I got done with both of them around the same time, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And then I went and looked, like, "Oh, we're getting fucked on both sides." Oh, okay. oh, what the fuck?
Running train.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
I went there. I went there.
Yeah.
If you like listening about economics and politics, there's a podcast that I don't know if you're listening.
Is this the one that you told me about?
Jason Stapleton?
Yes.
I've heard of that. Yes.
Okay.
I recommend him highly. He explains very complex things in a very simple manner, and it's not always. I take that back. He can be as sales pitchy as Tom Woods.
Okay.
But normally when he's giving a sales pitch, there's like a reason for it, and he kind of explains like he's all about influence and not manipulation, but influence basically.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just give him 10 episodes to listen to, and I'd recommend him highly.
I'm a huge fan of Ben Shapiro. Although
I can't stand him.
Really?
I can't stand him.
Okay, there are definitely things I disagree with him on. Like he requires a Judeo-Christian basis for justification for things that I don't think we need justification for.
No, we don't.
And I don't think his standard ideals for that need to be justified. Like freedom is all the justification I think we need for most of those things.
Yeah.
But I love when he tears into Trump, and I love when he tears into his own party, because he's 100% right every time he does it. And I'm like, oh yes,
he is. I give credit where credit is due. He is a master debater, master argument coordinator, and I give him respect for that. But just a lot of his stances on many things, like a lot of transgender issues that he takes up. I'm not big into supporting him on that. His stance on Israel or America's involvement in Israel, I am not into that.
Oh no, I'm much more not an isolationist, but
non-interventionist.
Yeah, non-intervention. Like us intervening with people has been the cause of most of our foreign policy problems. Like and foreign problems in general. Like Al Qaeda came about because we were funding them and training them.
Like, exactly, and the same with ISIS.
Same thing. Like, we funded and trained all these people to fight the Russians because they were doing a proxy war during the Cold War. But yet,
when when we're fighting against these previously young rebel groups, we start funding young rebel groups to fight against the young rebel groups that we fought before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we're, learning from history at all.
No, not at all. And it's funny too because people forget about that stuff. Like, there's a dude I work with, and we make jokes about Iran Contra all the time.
Uh-huh.
And when we make one of those jokes, people look at us. They're like, "What?" Or we're making an Oliver North reference, and people are like, "What are you talking about?" Like, you guys not like how short is your memory span? Like, I know you weren't like
About
maybe
5 years.
like I know you weren't conscious for that, but like, got to read back a little bit in like recent history. Like, this is still affecting us today. Like,
It is.
Like,
People don't understand that part of the Iran deal was from the Iran Contra days, and the part of the fulfillment of like, what? How did that go? It was something like we were pledged to pay them cash, or we took cash from them. We were supposed to give that same cash back to them, and that's what this whole recent Obama-Iran deal was.
yeah, some shit like that.
Some shit like that. Yeah, I'm not up to speed on all that stuff. I can only pay so much attention to things, but
It's
I think that was what the basis was. And everyone was like, "Why are we giving them our money?" I'm like, "Well, I think we kind of took that from them. I'm not entirely sure about the history of it, but
it's actually really funny. I'm watching. So the show I'm watching right now on Prime is The Americans, and I'm just now.
Oh, I've heard about that.
I just now hit the second season, and it is so fun to watch because it's based in like the 80s.
Okay.
So Reagan's president, and it's about this Russian family they call the Illegals, and they're in America doing their thing, and they just infiltrated one of the Contra camps.
Okay.
And they're trying to expose the Iran Contra thing going on to the American people now to like build up animosity or whatever towards the government, and it's just kind of cool. Like, oh, I know what this is, and my wife's sitting there watching, her going, "What is this?" I was like, "This is about Iran Contra because this is this and this and that, and whatever." And she's like, "How do you know this?" And I'm like, "This isn't like mystic knowledge. This is like what 30 years in our history."
I went to Wikipedia.
Yeah, this is like
Google it, bitch.
Yeah.
Google.
It's funny. The other joke we make at work all the time is that we're going to send a battle fleet right up the Euphrates.
Okay.
Because early on in his presidency, Trump was talking about, he made an offhanded comment about sending the Navy to fucking take out Iran or some shit. Like, and me and my buddy kind of looked at each other like, what's he going to do? Send a battle fleet up the Euphrates? Like, there's parts of the Euphrates that are like fucking 2 feet deep. We're gonna, what the fuck?
We're going to trudge it first.
Yeah, right. That's what he says all the time. He's like, bro, we could dredge it. We could do it. I'm like, what the fuck? It'd be like the fucking Panama Canal all over again. Holy fuck.
Alger's checking his watch. Apparently, he's got a sweet date.
No, it's my mom reminding us that it's my grandma's 85th birthday tomorrow.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. My grandma lives with my mom. She's got Alzheimer's, so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The grandfather that, like, hated gays, yeah, I had that, too.
I'm sorry.
Abuela
I
next door.
I don't wish that on anyone.
But it's, what, hating gays or?
No.
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's.
Oh.
It's an
Yeah.
evil fucking disease.
It is, but it can be fun.
No, and he made it fun because he was a brilliant doctor, so he knew the progression of the disease. So we never knew if it was the disease or him fucking with us. Like, no,
okay.
like he pulled me aside once and he was like, you're adopted, right? I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, technically you can marry any of your cousins and they're beautiful girls. I'm like, yeah, I could, but like I grew up with them. Like I've changed one of their diapers. Like I'm not attracted to them. And I told my parents, and they're like, "He's fucking with you. He's totally fucking with you." Like,
oh, I thought you were gonna say at the end, he's like, "Oh, whoops, Alzheimer's."
No. He let us figure that out.
Oh,
he
God
was a
damn it.
dick.
So Abuela next door, my wife's grandmother, she had Alzheimer's.
Oh man.
Yeah. She would do all kinds of crazy shit sometimes. It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was
fun.
It was always entertaining. I will say this though, she was always happy. She was always smiling about something.
Well, that's good.
Because I don't think she was aware of everything that was going on, especially towards the end. She was just smiles about everything.
And
Good. At least there's that.
And I think Alzheimer's does one of the like side benefits of it is like occasional euphoria, like your brain floods with dopamine.
I don't know about that, but I know that there's like, they're losing the memory, and then they have moments of like hallucinations and psychosis. So at one point, maybe I shouldn't talk about this on there, but anyways, there's sometimes where there's hallucinations. Let me turn this off because this is a group text. That's
Popular man.
Yeah, right?
No, it's a family group text, and it's gonna go on and on and on.
But yeah, grandma next door. I met her. She was already sick. So, but when I did meet her, she knew English and Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
But she never remembered me. Well, I take that back. When I first started going over there all the time, she remembered me, but she didn't know who the fuck I was.
Okay.
Like she knew I'd
Couldn't
been there.
place you.
Yeah, she couldn't place me. But
She knew your face.
She knew I'd been there before. And then it got to the point where she thought I was some kid that used to live down the street like decades ago.
Yeah.
And then as she got worse, she forgot English because she was from Cuba, so her first language was Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And then towards the very end, it sucked because she couldn't even speak anymore. She would just point and babble.
Yeah.
And like
Disjointed sentences and
just one word, or she'd go, like, grandma.
yeah,
That sucked.
it sucks. I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't get to know her too well because she was already gone when I met her, like I said. But
Oh, okay, yeah.
Did you go to college?
Yeah,
Where'd you go?
I went to.
I've actually been thinking about this. Like,
I went to University of Central
because we haven't
Florida.
talked in like 15 fucking
I
years,
know,
so we
it's
have
been
to catch up.
All right,
Come on.
real quick, catch up.
Catch me up.
I went to University of Central Florida.
for farming?
No, I went for my regular AA, or just general.
Are you assuming his occupation, sir?
I am.
How dare you?
Well, hold on, we're getting there. And then I went to the University of Florida, and I got a degree in food and resource economics. Then I got a master's in agribusiness.
That's why I'm so glad that I dressed up with the corset. Because you're an educated man. Like,
All right,
I gotta dress
I'm
up for you,
mildly
son.
educated. Listen, it was.
You got a master's. That's
All
not
I
mild.
Yeah, master's isn't mild. You
I went for
probably,
I got an extra year partying, and I just did a project, and they gave me an extra degree for it. So
you probably have the highest official education of anyone we've had on the podcast so far, I think.
okay, I still might be the dumbest.
No, I agree with that. But
I've talked to you. I haven't thought dumb yet, but
Yeah.
keep talking. I'll find it.
Oh no, I'm sure it's reared its ugly head somewhere, and no one has paid attention.
Okay,
yet.
so so you were like comfortable with being gay when you got into college?
No, I did not come out really until I didn't really come out until after college.
So you didn't like go like gay crazy in college and
No, not really.
see that sucks because my
so I had a question. So this may just be me being ignorant to gay lifestyle or whatever. So,
Okay, go ahead. No judgment.
So did you ever like try to go after chicks beforehand? Or
Yeah, I did. I did for a little bit
Did
because there was a little bit of denial going on.
have you been inside a woman? Let's just go there.
I have had sex with a woman before.
All right, so you know.
I mean, was it wasn't? Did it feel wrong, or did it feel off, or was it?
It just wasn't my thing.
Or just a regular Tuesday, like
Yeah.
yeah. I got milk, I got laid, whatever. Like
Yeah, it just wasn't. It wasn't for me.
Okay.
So I've, moved on to better things.
bigger things.
Jesus Christ. But no, I mean, I never thought to myself that I would be able to live my life as a gay man. And so I was kind of still pursuing the idea of marrying a woman at one point. I never brought a girl home. Oh, no, I did once. Very sweet girl. I feel really bad now. Because I let her on for a little bit. But she, that was really the only girlfriend I ever brought home, but I never really brought girls home.
Okay.
Still no one had a fucking clue. No one had a clue. Until I came out. Anyways, so yeah, I just never thought I could live my life as an openly gay man until a certain point, which I'll talk to y'all about later on. And then
And I'm excited to hear that story. I'm a little sad you don't want to share it, but
I'm sorry.
no, it's fine. It's fine.
And I thought I'd be a lot more open, but just because if this goes out and I'm at work, I don't want this particular story to get out.
That's fine.
Fair enough.
But anyways, after that point,
Does that story involve a sexy farmhand?
No, nothing like.
Then I don't want to hear it.
I don't care.
No, it's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. It's just I had a moment of realization with myself that I can't live my life like this, where I'm not honest with myself and to everyone else, and I don't want to be living a lie, and then 10, 20, 30 years down the line I'm married to a woman, have a bunch of kids, and then it comes out I'm gay and I have to get divorced and it ruins kids' life, blah blah blah.
So you're like you were afraid of like having like an American Beauty moment, except for being gay. Like
Exactly.
I hate the shop. No wait, I don't like this woman that I'm with.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, well only reason I'm curious is because my gay friend Danny went to Belen, and as you know, Belen,
Belen.
remember, it's the all boys school.
Oh, I
the
didn't know
Catholic.
that.
You know that?
No.
Catholic all boys school, and he was actually a lot more comfortable with. This is actually why I love him as a person because
So he tore it up.
well, he's the. I loved him. I love.
assuming there's other gay dudes there.
I mean,
Hold on, I'm getting to that.
apparently there's a
Or
story.
bi-curious, I guess. I don't know.
I loved him because he's the first gay person I ever met who had not an ounce of self-loathing because of being gay. Like he somehow, for some reason,
God bless him.
although he found out later that his mother's gay.
Oh, okay.
I found out his mother's gay before his father found out. That was fun.
Oh.
Yeah, and she just got. I think she just got married recently. Whatever. So I was asking him. So you went to Belen, all boys Catholic school. Like, was that rough for you? He's like, no. Do you
It
know-
was wonderful.
Yeah, he was like, he was like, do you know how many confused young Catholic boys I got to hook up with? I'm like, no, but I can imagine.
See, I'm jealous of that.
What?
Because I was oblivious in fucking high school.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back,
yeah.
there were so many times I could have got laid, and I just fucking ignored it or didn't pursue what I should have because
Mhm.
I was fucking retarded. There were so many girls just throwing it at me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Hi.
How
are
are you? My name's Matt. Hi.
Like
You're kind of pretty, but I don't know.
I would date a girl and just say, "Hey, will you suck my dick?" Which is apparently is not the best way to open that.
That's not an opener. That's
yeah,
not an
no,
opening.
yeah.
No, in
I
high
gotta-
school it is.
Oh, really?
No,
Oh.
it's not because I've asked that and her family found out about it and they moved to Puerto Rico. I made a family.
Holy shit.
Oh wait, so were you at Westminster in ninth grade? No, wait. No.
I was at Westminster from the first grade
No.
until I graduated high school.
Okay, so yeah, you probably wouldn't know this girl. But yeah, I was like briefly dating this girl who was Puerto Rican, and her parents found out about it because we were like talking a name, and I was and I was like 17, and I was like I didn't know how to go from not blowing me to blowing me, so I just said, hey, can I have a blowjob in an email that she shared with her family.
Check yes or no.
That would have been even better than what I did. God damn it, Alger. I miss saying damn it, Alger, by the way. It's been a while.
It's been a little bit.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Anytime you can throw in a 90s country lyric, it's always a good time.
Okay. What was I even thinking?
You were asking, you were
Oh,
requesting a
you said-
blowjob via email.
Yeah, that an email she shared with her family. I didn't think much of it. I'm a blunt person now, but like I've at least learned to curtail some of that to be somewhat socially acceptable. Back then, no, like I didn't have thoughts. I just did things. I don't even really remember high school that much. Like, I don't want to be too weird, but like, do you actually remember me in high school at all?
I think I do because I remember you with shorter hair.
Yeah,
with
you
a
had
lot
to.
of shorter hair.
I had to. That was the rule.
I know, yeah. So I do remember you a little bit. I know we didn't hang out a whole lot in high school.
Yeah. Afterwards, then.
Afterwards, a little bit more, but yeah, not really.
Because I'm still getting like stories like trickle down. Because I've gotten to the age where like people tell stories about me, and I'm like, well, that sounds like me.
Like, wait a second, what? Oh shit, that did happen. One of those, yeah.
Like, do you remember Jimmy Hicks?
Yeah, I remember Jim Hicks.
Yeah. So first time I met him, you guys would have been in 10th grade. Pops would have been 11th
grade.
I would come back to hang out because all my friends were all older than me. So I lost contact with them. And then I got to college and I had no friends. So I would come back and like hang out with you guys, which because
Yeah.
you guys were like, hey, you're cool and older. I'm like, I like that you like me for that. I'm in. But the first time I ever met Jimmy Hicks. Now, you know, he's like half Hispanic. He's like half Honduran, half
He's half-
like
yeah.
half redneck kind of. So he's got like
I never got a redneck vibe from him at all.
well, half just white, just very white.
Okay, white. Yes, I got
So
that
he's got
one.
he's got the like curly, kinky hair, but weirdly like big, beautiful lips. Like, how the hell do you have those?
I don't know.
So the first time I met him. Now again, this is a story I was told about myself. I don't
Okay.
remember this at all. So I met him. Pops was introducing me to him, and I just walked up and I'm like, dude, you got huge like black guy lips. Like and like kinky hair, and you speak Spanish. That's weird. You seem out of place. You kind of look like a creepy clown on his day off.
Is this like all in one sentence that
Yes.
you said? Ooh.
Yeah. So I told him, I'm like, dude, you look like a creepy clown on your day off, because he still had the lips though. He looked like clown lips.
Did he smack you?
hold on. He goes, fuck you, man. I'll punch you in the face. I went, okay, go ahead. And I stepped forward. Mind you, I've gotten into so many fights at Westminster, and I loved it because I never weighed over 135 in high school. And yet, I always won every fight because Westminster people did not know how to fight. I came from public school and orphanage. I knew how to fucking fight.
I still don't know how to fight.
That's fine.
That's okay. You got a gun. You don't need to fight.
Yeah, you're
It's
good.
true, but sometimes you can't get to it, so you gotta learn how to fight.
That's why you carry.
Well, I know I carry, but
One in the chamber. You'll be all right.
yeah, I know, I know how to carry. But if you're ever in a situation where you can't, like, pull up your pant leg and, anyways,
No.
continue.
Side holster, bro.
Well,
I'll show you some good ones.
We'll talk later.
I-
We'll talk
good
later.
ones.
I think we already figured out your Christmas present this year.
No shit.
Side holster.
Merry Christmas. Anyways,
All right, so yeah, he's like, dude, fuck you. I'll punch you in the face. And if you remember Jimmy, he's kind of like a
he's
guy
a taller dude, yeah.
and he's kind of easy to set off a little bit. Like he's highly intelligent, PhD in genetics, highly
Oh yeah,
intelligent.
he's a super smart dude.
Yeah, but he's got like a hair trigger on that, that. So he's like, yeah, I'll fucking punch you in the face. I'm like, all right. So I step forward. I'm like, because I went to Westminster. I'm not expecting anyone to actually fucking follow through. I step forward, punch me in the face. I kind of like rub my jaw. I was like, ow, hi, I'm Krebs. And he was like, he was like ready to fight. And I'm like, no, why would I get mad? You said you would do it. I told you to do it, and you did it. I respect you for that. And we were friends for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But like, I don't remember any of that. This was told to me. I have no memory of this story at all.
I want to say I believe that. I almost want to say I was there, but again, my memory is garbage.
You might have been there. I don't know.
I might have been there because I mean, Jimmy, Andrew Mason, and I used to all hang out for a little bit.
Do you still talk to Andrew?
I have not heard from him.
He kind of like dropped off the face of the planet.
Yeah,
from what
I haven't heard
understand.
from him since we graduated, pretty much.
Really? I talked to him for a little bit after that. He got into pills. Had an issue with that. He lived with Jimmy. But he in the last conversation I had with him, I think he got out of rehab and like he was doing great.
Good.
He was doing great, and he was honest about his experience and what happened. And like I was so excited to like keep up with him because we weren't really that close. But like I like people who like have some scars. They've been through some shit. I like their stories. So I was like really excited to keep up with him, and then he just disappeared.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad to hear that you've at least in the past few years heard that he's doing okay.
yeah. I mean I don't know now
Because it's funny.
I
Well,
hope.
I know now. I forget who I was talking to, but we'd asked the question like, "Oh, remember Andrew Mason?" Like no one's really heard of him since. So glad to hear someone's talked to him.
I might be the last point of contact for all I know. I don't know.
He's dead in a ditch somewhere.
Who knows? Maybe.
Maybe.
Might be the best for humanity.
No, he's a pretty cool guy.
highly intelligent, but
Super smart dude.
but when you're that smart, you're like God given to have some sort of like fallbacks.
Yes.
You can't be that intelligent without something to balance it out.
Yeah.
My little brother's like that.
Yeah.
he is.
My little brother's like ultra mega intelligent, like super smart. There was an entire wing of the Augusta National Science Museum named after him. When he was like
Nerd.
no,
Wait.
seriously,
What?
fucking nerd.
What? Go on.
Yeah, when he was
I've heard this.
when he was 13 or 14, he won some national science competition, and he went with Robert Ballard to study volcano activity in Hawaii for a summer.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, my little brother he got a perfect score on the SATs when he was in like 10th grade.
What the shit?
Yeah, he's super genius, like smart kid.
So what happened?
He actually turned down
I'm kidding.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm an underachiever. He
You got more money than he does.
yes, I do.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Nerd.
Fucking nerds.
But yeah,
We're trying to get him on, by the way. He's one of the funniest fucking
He's
people.
super funny, and he's
I
done
was
so many
dying
fucking
last
things.
week. Dying.
Yeah. So he had a
You also have more hair, by the way.
yes, I do. That's
Younger brother.
younger brother. I have way more hair, but that's just because of living. But yeah, he had a nomination to go to the Air Force Academy, and he turned it down. He could have gone. Yeah, he wanted to take on a free ride to Georgia Tech.
My prom date went to the Air Force Academy.
Yeah, he went to Georgia Tech, got a full ride for aerospace engineering.
That's pretty awesome.
That's
Yeah.
sexy. That'll get you laid somewhere.
Yeah, he got not just a free ride, but like they paid him to go to school there.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he did that for some first semester, and then he started his second semester, and never finished. Yeah, he discovered hallucinogenics.
So now he's a chemist.
Basically, yeah. That turned into that for a little bit. Now
Well,
he's working for an internet company now.
Yeah, and just moved into like a nice place not far from here.
Yeah,
But
got
he-
got
but
his first place by himself. Like, getting on his feet. He's doing good.
He's
Good.
He's got 3 stories of fucking vinyl albums. Like, damn, I didn't. What else do I not know about you? Like,
No, he loves vinyl for some reason. Like,
A lot of people are getting
I
into
know
those
there's a lot of
nowadays.
purists that are like, oh, this sound. This, I'm like, whatever, man.
But-
It sounds the fucking
but
same
they're
to
also
me.
worth
It's-
something. He's probably got like a couple grand just on that. Like,
Oh yeah,
first
no,
store.
he does. He's spent a lot of time and stuff, effort on that. Like, he would tell me stories about how he would go from thrift shop to thrift shop and like spend hours going through their records. Like,
My buddy Jordan, he collects the guy who always went to Churchill's. I told you about. He always collects vinyls and stuff like that. So I like to go. Whenever we go to thrift shops, I like to look for, rare stuff or anything like that. But normally, what I'll do is I'll grab like bullshit bluegrass, like where it's a brother sister bluegrass gospel band, and I'll pull those out. I'm like, I should give this to Jordan.
Oh, you're adorable. You're
Oh, yeah.
adorable.
you just gave me a great idea. Thank you.
What?
Oh yes, I'm glad. I'm glad I'm an inspiration.
So like your brother's brilliant, but then like he moved with that coffee table. I'm like, how many drugs have been in that coffee table? And he's like, all of them at some point.
Yeah, all of them been on their coffee table, I'm sure.
So yeah, highly intelligent. Maybe he got some issues in the past.
Yeah. He doesn't always make.
Comes the territory.
He doesn't always make the best decisions, but
Yeah.
neither do I.
Neither do I.
Neither do I.
I don't make the best decisions, but I do it on purpose. I want to know why this is wrong, exactly why it's wrong. Explains my dating history.
I mean, that's a whole nother way of going about things. So I can see
I don't like doing a thing and getting it right in the first try. I want to know exactly why this was the best reason, from like every angle.
Mm-hmm.
I need that. I need to fuck up a bit to a point.
I mean, that is how you learn, is you fuck up. And
Yeah.
Speaking of fuck ups, how long you been married?
Ow! Ow!
ouch, kabibbles. Ouch,
That hurt
kabibbles.
me, and that was aimed at me.
Damn. We've been married since 2015, so 3.5 years.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll be
Half
4 in
Chi-
July.
Half Chinese, half black. We were talking about this earlier.
half Chinese, half Jamaican.
I was Jamaican. I was sending the picture out, and like everybody's like, "Damn, exotic!" Like,
It's super cute, isn't
he's
he?
a good-looking dude.
Very
I'm
good looking.
just joking. It's not a fuck up to get married.
Oh, I know.
He's married. He came into. What? Have you never met a hypocrite before?
No, I love being married. Well, at least I love being married to my wife. Good stuff.
Same. Your wife is awesome. That's why I love marrying her.
Can't say shit like that while I'm drinking.
We almost had our first spit take. I'm waiting for it. I want this.
I was at the crucial moment where it's like starting to go down my throat, and I wanted to laugh. It's like, fuck, man.
You're like,
Yeah.
You now understand the phrase "damn it, Alger." Yes. Like that was a thing back in the day. Damn it, Alger.
damn it, Alger. That's funny.
That was like perfect timing too. Like,
You gotta wait till mid swallow where it's too late because you might die if you don't.
yeah, right.
So, anyways, yeah, 3 years. Been awesome.
Now, are you guys like? Do you guys want kids or?
Yeah, we want kids.
Okay. Like make your own. Obviously, you can.
We're not sure yet.
Or adopt or
The options are on the table.
If you do adoption, call me.
Okay.
I'm adopted. It's people always like give it like so much like credit. Like, oh, you adopted. No, it's not exactly the wonderful thing you think
I know
it
it's
is.
a process.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was picked up at 9, but not adopted until 11. So, actually, the entire reason that the process is a bit more streamlined is because of my parents. Because my dad works in PR, and my mother was a social worker when she found me, and they bitched so fucking much because I was in foster care. Not really foster care. I was in an orphanage, I think in Homestead when I was 8. And then for them to like have us just in their home, they had to be foster care. And the process took about I think 2 years. So it's a bit more streamlined because when I was in foster care with my eventual parents, like we wanted to go spend our Christmases in Texas with my bigoted grandfather. But just to travel, there was so much fucking paperwork that it was a fucking pain in the ass. Like, oh, all right, well then just let us adopt the kids, or fix your fucking process because we just want to take them over state lines. Because at that point, I was technically a product of Florida, or I was
A ward
of
of the
Ward of
state.
Thank you. And I remember I think my dad was like talking to him. He's like, we're going like to Texas this Christmas. Who do I have to kill? Because I'm not against it. Like, so the process got really streamlined after then. Because my dad PR, so he's got access to all the news outlets.
Nice.
So like he's not the news, but he knows where the news is.
Okay.
So yeah, the process got streamlined, but it's not. I always tell people like I'm adopted. Like, oh, good for you. I'm like, well, I don't talk to my family now. I haven't in 7 years. I'm not against the process, but don't glorify it. Glorify it. Don't put it up on a pedestal. It's not your kid, and you have to know that going into the process because I was reading a study that you are 25% more likely to share genetics with friends of yours that you have chosen at random over actual strangers. So meaning we are attracted to people that we share some sort of connection with on a subconscious or genetic level. So yeah. But yeah, if you're gonna adopt, just like have a conversation. Have a conversation with me if you like.
Okay.
I would love to like get you in that process.
Okay.
Although
I say don't have kids
Okay.
at all.
No?
No, man. Fuck that. Why?
I don't know.
hold on. Let me give you context. Before he got married, he was like he got gotten out of a relationship. And he was like, why would I ever get married? Then he got married, and then your wife's
So she's pregnant right now.
Fuck no, she's not.
Hold on, I'm not done. And
I'm all about dink.
What?
Dink?
Dink?
Yeah. D-I-N-K.
Ding ding.
Double income, no kids.
Oh, shit.
What?
who actually makes more, you or your wife?
Ooh, getting to the real story.
Or is it about equal? Because I know where she works and she makes good money.
I guess the question is, how big are your balls?
Okay,
we all know how big they are. The pictures have circulated. If you want one, we can send it to you. I don't like
good,
knowing
thank
this.
my nuts are disproportionately large. She makes more money.
Really?
Yeah.
And I know how much you make. So,
you
holy
are
shit.
you are a kept man.
No.
Man? No.
No, he makes it like,
I make my own money.
she just happens to somehow make more. Like
And you know what's really shitty? Like, as we've gone through our relationship, it's just funny because, like, every time I wind up making more than her, within, like, a month or two, she changes jobs or gets a promotion.
she didn't even want to.
And then makes outstandingly more than me. And I'm like, this is
Hashtag
awesome.
feminism.
This is, no, seriously. I'm all about
Hashtag
it.
feminism.
Hashtag feminism.
It's beautiful.
I think we got our first shirt idea, by the way.
Because, it was really good because, so after I hurt my knee,
Mm-hmm.
and I wound up
Twice.
being out of work for, like 9 months.
That sucks.
Because I had ACL surgery.
Is the
and
first or second time?
The second time.
Okay.
The second time I was out for like 9 months. And I could barely walk. Like, well, I wasn't supposed to walk for the first couple months. I
Yeah,
had
I was
to
gonna
stay
say,
up on
yeah.
the couch, and I was propped up, and I was just like sitting on the couch binge watching shit,
Mm-hmm.
playing video games and taking naps all day. One of those like eat till you're sleepy, sleep till you're hungry.
Texting me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
that's actually how I got you into the BBC Sherlock.
Yeah, the Sherlock. Yeah.
Ooh, I haven't watched that. I've heard a lot of
Dude,
good
it's
things.
so
Amazing.
fucking. It's modern day
Really?
Sherlock, and he was like, "Dude, I'm not in Sherlock. I don't think I'll like it." I'm like, "I'm not either. Please, please." Within like 3 seasons, you're like, "Holy shit, I want more."
Yeah.
It's so.
That's the
fucking
one with Eggs Benedict Cumberbatch?
Sure, yeah.
Eggs Benedict.
Yeah. Doctor Strange Benedict, yeah.
Yeah.
Same guy.
But anyway, yeah, because she made so much money, we were able to still cover all our bills and save money
Nice.
on top of me not being at work.
That's awesome.
So we were in a really good spot. So yeah, and then then I went back to work.
So,
Okay.
so you said no. Why would I ever get married? Why would I ever be in a relationship? Then you got married. Then was it your brother and sister-in-law moved in? Her family.
Yeah, my
And they had dogs you hated, and you're like, I will never have a dog. And we've played with Squeak outside, so I'm not
Well-
getting married. Then got married. I'm never getting a dog. Got a dog. If you have kids, it's not gonna be up to you, son.
Yes, it is.
I'm just looking at the pattern here.
My
I'm
wife
looking
doesn't. No, we got the dog because my wife wanted the dog. She was hell bent on the dog, and the dog was not going to be for me at all. I got her the dog because I love my wife.
and now you love that dog.
The dog loves me more than her.
So she's gonna have a kid, and you're gonna love it whether you want to or not.
No, she's not. Gonna have
Or
a kid.
you're gonna push it
Okay, so
downstairs.
I have convinced my wife that she would be a terrible mother, so she doesn't want a kid now.
That's awful.
I have. Straight,
Or is it pragmatic?
it's extremely true.
Well,
I have told her.
Hold on. So here's what I've heard so far about your wife. When you started making more money than her, she kind of like bucks up and kind of fucks your world up by making more money than you.
Well, it's not really fuck up my world. I'm all about it. Give me the money.
Well, yeah, but
She doesn't do it on purpose, though.
Yeah,
it
she
just
doesn't-
happens.
Okay, because I was thinking maybe it was like I'm gonna go work my ass off and beat.
No.
Matt.
Oh no,
No,
she's not
no.
an
Because
ego.
now I'm thinking you tell her she's gonna be a bad mother. She's like fuck you, and she's gonna replace.
I
all
got
her birth-
twins. I got twins now.
She's gonna put Tic Tacs in her birth control pills.
No, man. My pull-out game is strong. It's
my favorite joke, by the way. Have you ever seen the movie Dirty Work?
Yes.
That's my
Directed
favorite,
by Bob Saget.
My favorite line ever is the old man is like, back in my day, we didn't have fancy birth control techniques, like pulling out.
Saigon whore bit up my nose. Fucking love that movie. Fucking love that movie.
Great movie.
Actually, I made my wife watch that movie for the first time like 3 weeks ago. Actually,
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I need to make Nick watch it. I quote that movie all the time. He's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You sound like an insane person." I'm like, "Well, it's this movie. Like, I've never heard of it."
That's your objective. That's your goal. That's what you are legally obligated to do. He makes you classier and look better on Facebook pictures. You need to make him more educated.
I've gotten him into. He likes the Ant-Man. He's not a big fan of all the other Marvel movies or anything.
Has he seen Fight Club?
Honestly, I haven't watched that movie in a long time. I think he would. He seems like the type of person who would like Chuck Vanderchuck, but we've never had a discussion about Fight Club.
Really?
Yeah.
And you married him anyway?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not like I liked Fight Club, but I wasn't like, oh my god,
But
Fight
the
Club.
line in the movie where he's like maybe another woman isn't what we need. It totally justifies your like gay existence.
I feel like as I've gotten older, that movie applies more and more and more to society.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
I haven't watched that movie pretty much since
I used to watch
just
that.
out of high school.
I used to watch that movie.
99.
99. Okay, I haven't watched it since high school.
I actually watched it in high school.
I used to watch that movie once a week.
Mm-hmm. Really?
I used to play it in the background all the time.
That was for me. That was the South Park movie and Devil's Rejects.
Devil's Rejects is a great film.
It's a great fucking movie.
Haven't seen
And
it.
an even better album.
When I first
Of course, it's a better album.
Oh, of
It's-
course, Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
the first time I watched the South Park movie, I did not appreciate it. I was really upset because it was like a musical thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I did not enjoy it. And then I went back and rewatched it recently, and I was like, "This film is great. This is genius filmmaking."
You missed
Like,
stuff.
I missed
Yeah.
so much. Like,
When it came out, I didn't get the joke, bigger, longer, uncut.
Me
I didn't
neither.
get that. Because I was like 16. I didn't get the fucking joke.
Like bigger, long. Okay, so it's like a long movie and they cuss a lot. Okay, cool. And then you later on you're like, oh, it's a dick.
One day, Trey Parker and Matt Soda are going to die, and we're going to go, oh my God, they were fucking prophets. Like, they were the most brilliant people on the planet.
no, seriously, the stuff they put out is genius. Like, it's so good.
Has the new South Park season started yet?
I don't know. I haven't kept up with the show.
I haven't either.
I need to get back. I watched one of the older seasons where a PC principal starts up and it has like the vice PC principal who is the woman, but other than that I haven't seen anything. It was post Trump election because Mr. Garrison was Trump.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm way behind.
I've heard
I think I dropped off like season
Mr.
7 or
Garrison was Mrs. Garrison, and then Mrs. Garrison
Yeah.
came back to Mr. Garrison
I
because
remember
they regrew his dick on a mouse.
Yeah.
And then he ran for president
8.
as Trump, and then he won.
But from what I heard, like, the last couple seasons have kind of dropped off because they assumed Hillary was going to win. So they had, like, all this shit, like, paneled out and written, and she didn't win. And they're like, oh, shit. Like, from what I've heard, they're trying to recapture their voice because even they were so thrown off by Trump winning. They're like, shit, we got to go back to the fucking drawing board. Oh my God. Like, so I've heard it hasn't been great.
I don't know. It was pretty fucking hilarious when they had Mr. Garrison as Trump.
Yeah, but that's when they thought Hillary was going to win. So he was free game to, like, parody and mock. And they actually came out, I think it was about 6 months after the election. They said, we're going to try to do less Trump stuff because, honestly, how do you parody a man who gets to the punchline first? Like, how do you parody a man who says, grab him by the pussy? Where do we go? We have nowhere to go. Like,
You know, those guys are libertarians too.
Yeah, I know.
hardcore. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you happen to watch the libertarian debates? Last presidential election?
No, I didn't.
John McAfee. Wow, that guy is fucking crazy.
He is batshit.
He's still competent.
Holy shit.
And he's not done. He's still out there talking.
Yeah, he's still out there. Like, but the libertarian presidential debates were fucking outstanding.
Oh, I bet they were.
Great.
What was it? Justin. No, it wasn't Justin Amash. It was who was the other guy? Not
Oh shit.
Austin Peterson.
Yeah.
Austin Peterson was pretty good.
He's running for Senate. He went from never Trump to on board.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know he lost his most recent election.
Is that the Senate race or?
I think so. Yeah, he lost his most recent election.
Okay.
So yeah. Wait, where were we going with that? Oh,
The
John McAfee.
John McAfee.
Batshit crazy guy who took an underage girl and went and smoked meth on an island, right?
Yeah. Batshit fucking crazy. He thinks the Bolivian government is out to get him. Did you hear about that?
No.
He used to live. It's either Colombia or Bolivia, some South American country.
Okay.
He used to live in, and he thinks that government there is out to get him, and he's actually wanted for questioning in a murder case.
Heyo.
In that country, and like, so he moved out of that country, obviously back to the U.S. and yeah, so he's not wanted as a suspect, but he's wanted for questioning.
Okay.
For some other shit, and he's like, oh, it's all made up, nobody died, it's all bullshit. Like, it's like this big conspiracy thing that they're out to get him, and yeah, it's fucking crazy. You want to just call it?
Yeah, we'll call it real
Yeah,
quick.
we're good.
All right.
Sorry about that. I was getting a phone call from Nick, speaking of which.
All right.
All
right.
right.
All right.
I'm sorry. It was abrupt
Hold on,
ending.
hold on,
I
hold on.
apologize.
One moment. One moment. You gave us the idea that apparently we should be plugging this shit more. Like, hey,
Yes,
go, yeah,
okay.
please go say what you said real quick.
Let me just text him real quick and say, hey, finishing the podcast.
So
Yeah,
we have a
We're on Podbean, we're on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. You guys keep like texting me like, hey, great show. Could you go to those places and like rate us? Because apparently we should do
yeah,
that.
that's a thing. Like us and rate us and subscribe. Yeah,
Yeah, like, rate, and subscribe.
subscribe.
Bless you. Bless
That's a
you.
Thank
thing.
you. Like, rate, and subscribe. And what that does is that brings your rankings up on iTunes and all those other things and kind of makes you more visible within your category.
Okay.
I don't think we have a category.
I was looking at your page the other day, and I was wondering what the category was. I know I got suggested to like a bunch of random other podcasts, but I'm not entirely sure what your category is yet.
We
so-
don't like
We
labels.
don't know.
Oh, okay,
we don't
no,
know either.
We don't like-
Labelless.
There was
don't
no
like
plan
labels.
to any of this.
Yeah, we just kind of dove in.
So
and
hit like
started-
and say hi. I like this. Okay, if you're gonna text me tomorrow, also put it on whatever media that you actually listen it to, because yeah, I like the conversation, but apparently we would like more of the presence.